Circling button, and we are live. What's up, everybody?
What's happening,
We are
world?
live. What up? I'm Michael, Fresh Mike, and this is my partner Pro2KALL. I can't believe I get to say this is my partner Protocol and mean it. That's so badass, bro.
You should
Hi,
mean it whenever
Protocol.
you say it. What do you
Yeah,
mean?
I know.
Anytime you make a statement like that, it's to be meant.
Yeah, but last month, if I'd have come out and been like, my partner Protocol, it'd have been like, whoa, easy. You're who? And you do what?
Pause. That would have been a pause moment. The way that you said it just then, but this is good.
Right.
This works.
Oh man, how's your week been, sir? How are things?
Honestly, this is a new week today, right now, because Sunday's the first day of the week. So the calendar says. I don't really know. So if I count it towards going towards a new week, it's setting out to be fucking awesome. If I count this towards what also happened this weekend and into last week, it was fucking awesome, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It was one for the books, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the awesome stuff that happened, all the awesome people that's been a part of it, and I'm just gonna give them a straight because it was real, and I love it. I love it.
So tell us a little bit about it, man. What was awesome? Who stood out? What stood out? What was kick? I know you said there was like a concert going down.
That was
like that.
That was there was that. Yes. Okay, so I guess that doesn't really play into my week, but it happened. I didn't go because I don't deal with Sexy Red or Sukiana of the sort, I bet you would.
Give me a call. You know what I'm saying?
I'm staying far. Look, I've been around enough of that in my lifetime. I'm just gonna stay clear. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stay far away. But
I do it, man. I do it for the pub. I do it for us, bro, for the show. Well, listen, do it for me.
Hold it down. You feel me? Appreciate you. I'm running the hell away because that ain't nothing but trouble.
I feel like if you touch sticky I fucked it up. I feel like if you touch Sexy Red, she would be sticky. You know what I'm saying?
She walks around. So I will say this at the show. Normally she kicks her shoes off. I did see on tape she did not kick off her shoes. Probably because she had on some nice J's and they were tied up and she's pregnant. So it's kind of hard to put the shoes on, let alone take them off and put them back on. So, hey, her feet's not as sticky as they used to be. But yeah, I definitely feel you on that. That she seems like trouble. But outside of that bull, but like actually my week, like everything really fell into place. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the plan, if you watch the A-Team, you know about the plan and loving when a plan comes together. Well, this week was a plan coming together, my boy.
That's beautiful, man. Couple things there. Yeah, man. I got really focused this week on, I don't know, man, like, how I'm a man who likes to pray and I like to meditate, and not any weird religion, but it just means clearing your head of thoughts, taking some time every week, you know what I mean? And just being like, okay, my thoughts in my head, I pack them up in little boxes in my mind. I put them outside of my conscious space and I try to clear my mind and just hear what I don't get, you know what I mean, from TV screens or telephones or computers or what name you. So, and in that focus, man, it's just focus on your blessings. It's when you're trying to take over the world, you can have America and China and still feel like, man, I got countries and continents to go, but you're still running stuff.
You talking countries and continents? Let's do planets.
Thinking like a white man. But anyway,
30 years ahead, baby.
Yeah, man, just focusing on, as we get into this holiday season, I don't care, man, if you had $1 billion to spend on folks, you still, if you're any kind of conscious, you understand there are people that just have to do without. And, we live in a materialistic society where people don't feel loved unless they have shit. And that's, not right. And just, just focus on all the blessings and all the good things God is providing, So, and then I had to hit one thing on the A-Team. I'm glad you brought it up. There's a new show on Netflix that's basically a throwback to the A-Team called Obliterated. Have you heard of it?
Have I heard of it?
Did you watch it?
I actually started watching it. One of my favorite.
You saw the first episode.
I don't know what episode I saw. It was on the TV. It caught my interest. So I'm a fan of Billions. And the actor that plays Wags in Billions was in Obliterated. So I was like, okay. I heard him talking, was like, oh, that's Wags. That's my dog. And I kind of got sucked in. I saw the episode. I don't know. They were in Vegas. It was Vegas, and there was a hotel room, and there was a camel that was jacked up on coke. Yeah, so it was.
It was great. Imagine an 80s movie that they stretched out over 8 episodes because it's all one plot, one bad guy, and it's like an A
Right.
team. However, I don't know. I mentioned this on the shout out to the Griff Report Hotep G. I mentioned this on that show this week, and it's one of those. As a musician, once you understand keys, any song that comes on the radio, you can go, "Oh, that's key of G, that's key of C,
Mm-hmm.
that's you know what I mean, key of D." You understand it, right? And that information is all there. There's nobody hiding that. You know what? You can literally Google what is the key of G, hear those chords, actually hear those chords and understand them and know that. But most people don't have that information because they don't look for it, right?
Right.
So the the ongoing campaign of demoralization of black men. Right, here we go. I know I'm bringing it around. I know I'm that white boy, but this is what, and my wife sees it now too, because she's the one watching TV with me, so I pointed out, right? I'm like, see, okay, so they have their BA Baracus, biggest dude in the crew, big black dude, only black dude in the crew, biggest dude, muscle, kick ass, pro football player, whatever. He's the guy, right? So within the first 30 minutes or so, the white dude, they have like a little fun, we're at a party, drunk wrestling fight. White dude kicks his ass. Right? Okay. Well, the white, maybe they're boys and one got, okay. Then the white chick who's like running the crew kicks his ass. So we cuck him up real quick. We're like, the white boy and the white woman can kick his ass. And then wait, what could be possibly more cucked if you made him gay? Well, yeah, because then his homeboy who just kicked his ass walks in on him getting a blowjob from another dude. And that's in the first 30 minutes of this freaking show, bro.
Now I don't even want to watch the show anymore. Like, damn.
So I was like,
okay.
I was like, do you see how there's this bullshit that they do now? And he was gay, and it was him and his homeboy learning to, be cool because his homeboy was, American and MAGA-ish basically. And so it was, anyway, long story short, man, it's that kind of bullshit that unless you see it, you know what I mean? And you're like, because on one side, there's a lot of folks that are going to be like, oh man, that's cool that dude can be in touch with who he is and his homeboy can accept him because they're cunts. You know what I mean?
Right.
The lies of the bullshit. But at the end of the day, the biggest, strongest, blackest man on the television show, we have to start out his first little battles are at a party where a white man and a white woman beat his ass. And then the very next thing we see is him in a male sexual gay situation. You know what I mean? And it's like, and that's first episode. That's first half of first episode. So
I don't even want to watch the show anymore.
No, man, God, but I'm just saying, like,
thank you, though. Thank you.
Yeah, you know how white folk come after me. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know how white folk are like, bro, this and that. But dude, I was like, bro, if I'm watching an all black show and they have one Christian McCaffrey style dude, right? Like, say there's a little fun show and there's that white boy, you know what I mean? That one white boy that gets to kick it and he's cool, like Christian McCaffrey. And you know what I mean? And in the first 5 minutes, he's rolling and two black dudes whip his ass. And then you see his homeboy bust in on him in the bathroom getting a BJ. You're like, man, that's not fair. You know what I mean? Like, that's not very representative at all of that character. Like, what are you doing?
It would have been, it's okay if, he got his ass beat by his black homeboy and then he's getting a blowjob, but he's getting a blowjob from like the fine ass girl that the black dude wanted, but the cool white guy, like, like a balance it out. Like, I'm like, all right, cool. Cause he's the cool white boy homie, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but like, to just cuckify him like that, just off the muscle, like, oh man. The name of the show that you're never gonna watch is called Obliterated
on Netflix. Unless you got that hooked up, and you ain't paying for Netflix because they put that kind of content out, so you'll watch that shit for free on the DL.
On the DL, pause. Because you got speaking about Obliterated, when you're talking about Obliterated, and then the scene now knowing the scenes that we know in Obliterated, I feel like certain points you have to say pause. Because, at this point now, we know in the first 30 minutes, someone who I felt like he probably was like one of the cooler characters of the show. Just from watching what I was watching, it was like a fight scene where he had to fight like Elvis and little Asian dude saw the alien. And it was like, I don't know. It was like it. Oh, man. First 30 minutes.
You love the kids. It's the BA. This is the A. It's so A team. And it's like, okay. If a crew of writers from the 1980s were to be able to write a show today, you know what I mean?
This is it.
and you're like, oh, cool. But then the cuckening, and you're just like, damn, bro, like you guys almost had it. You almost had it. And if this dude was a
Almost.
true like NFL badass, all you had to do was not make him gay, right? Like in a writing room, we have to decide to make him gay and add this extra little writing part with him and his homie. That has to be added in, right? Because
Yeah. Yeah.
that's not the
It's not
natural
real life.
character that he would
Yeah, it's not real
play.
life. Yeah, it's not real
And
life.
if they would, what would have been cool if they made the white boy like a liberal dude and they would have made him MAGA? That would have been fun. Huge black MAGA dude, and the white boy's like, well, man, and he's like, no, we blow them all to hell. And
Yeah.
maybe they soften, and then if you soften him up a little bit, right? Because it's Hollywood, and you know what I mean? Like, we're not gonna get everything, you know what I mean? So, but
Soften him up by, making him bow down like to like his woman
make
or
him go,
like his
yeah, maybe the
mom or
world is on fire and we need to give money to the green efforts or whatever bullshit like that
something. Yeah,
that you
something.
could do.
But
Then you
it's
can bring him over, but that's as far as you should go. You know what I'm saying, man. And enough
I'm gonna tell you
said
exactly
about that.
what
That
it
was a side note.
is.
But
It is Enter the Pandaverse.
yeah, boom, boom.
It's
Put a
Enter
chicken
the
in it, make it gay.
Pandaverse. Yeah,
Put a
chicken and make it
giant,
gay.
muscly black dude in it and make him gay. Exactly.
And then make him
Exactly.
gayer.
Yes. And if you don't like it, you're racist. You
You're-
know. So, because white people love calling people racist. You suffer from it. I'll just name it out and use it as a moral cudgel. Sorry. All right,
That's
man.
it.
Let's get into the show.
Let's go, man. Let's get it started. We're 14 minutes in. Got nice little warm up, guys. Icebreaker.
Sorry.
Don't or do watch Obliterated. Just know
Yeah.
you're going to get
Watch the
shattered
first
in the
half
beginning.
of it if you must and see what they do and how just be aware. Just once again, hear the keys of the music around you. Know what's being played. Know that when that guitarist and that drummer and that bassist and that keyboardist come together with that producer, they're all playing the same music. It's not just a singer.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? There's a
Mhm.
plan. So anyway, yeah, man. All right. So topic one, man. We're gonna talk about RFK Jr. hiring.
Yo,
Speaking
yo.
of black issues,
Yo, yo. Yo, 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 yo.
I heard MTV Raps.
Yeah. Yeah.
So RFK Jr. hired Ed Lover from Yo MTV Raps to head up his new black outreach for his campaign. And I wanted to get your thoughts and opinion on that, just from jump.
Into the Pandaverse.
Okay.
You enter the Pandaverse, except it's like get some rapping black guys or some people who are attached to rapping, that comes from like the 70s, 80s that like know me as Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and then find a chick who's on TV. And they got to have like connects to the black streets. That's who we're going to go get. I can't talk like him. I feel like if he could talk straight, that's probably how he would actually talk, in that scenario.
Who are the black people reaching?
No, you got to have some
and,
like, you got to have some of that right there and that,
The shaky.
Yeah, you got to have the
Who are
shaky.
the black people reaching out to their communities?
Yeah,
We
there you
can
go.
Get on our team. I can't. We will lose listeners. I will stop.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, that's. I think I told you off there, man. I just want to do that more, but we'll lose listeners. But it's fun. Vaccines clearly are bad for you.
And he has some good okay, we'll talk about his policy later, but like that move, like I could clearly see that that's what that move was. And I'm not mad. At least maybe possibly it seems, on Front Street, hey,
Yeah.
I'm really out. I'm reaching out and trying to hear, you guys' conversation and how you feel about this. How do you feel about these policies? How you move? So it's refreshing to see someone do that. I wish more would do it, right? To actually reach out and have those conversations. So for that, I'll give those kudos, but I don't know, and time will tell how genuine it is. He has Angela Stanton King on, shouts out to Auntie. All jokes aside, playing with it, he got her with the move of helping RFK, and she really is plugged in with the streets. She went on the Breakfast Club and said some things to them, and like she converted a whole lot of people over to the Republican side. and she does a lot of talking shows up in Atlanta because that's where she's stationed. So it could be a good move. Eh, I don't really know. I got to see what the work is, honestly.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Uh, to me, I'm of two minds of it. One is I don't know if this was the best pick. I don't know if of all the guys on the bench you could call up, these are the guys. But then the other thing is, who's Trump's head of black outreach? What mobilization and finances and research, and for that matter, Biden. But Biden is, look, if you don't
Hollywood,
vote for him, you ain't black anyway. So
right. Biden
he doesn't need the
Biden has his
outreach.
people that are going to be in his pocket.
Yeah,
And you have the ones who've jumped
yeah,
ship, you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. It's like you got to look at it this way. There's a lot of people that's like, I'm not voting for Trump. So, they'll go over to RFK Jr., which is, Ed Lover definitely looks like one of those idiots who is like, Trump is racist. I'm never going to vote for him. So, yeah, I'm going to go over here to RFK Jr. Angela Stain King, she's a homie. She still likes Trump, but she knows she feels burnt. And looking in it her way, I can feel how she feels that way. But at the same time, like, baby, go run the checkup. You feel me? There are
yeah.
ways for you to run your checkup. Go do that. You don't have to particularly just get money from them. Just use that to go and get your check. People are listening to you. People understand it. And it's not like Trump probably wouldn't have circled back to you. It wasn't going to make any moves to do anything. But you could have created that lane yourself. You already the homie. You already the homie. And that's where I'm at with it. It's like, listen, Trump and them, would I like for Trump to cut me a check and work? Hell yeah, I would like for Trump to cut me the check, you know what I'm saying, for the work that I do. But I fucks with him. So I'll go get my own checks. You feel me? Didn't get paid for it. I don't care. Works for me. I got 2 commercials that I'm featured in from Trump. So like I can put those out. I can put those pictures up and niggas like, oh shit, I've been in the White House. I can use that. You know what I'm saying? Like I can create my own brand with it. It's perfectly fine. Now, when that check starts rolling out for minority outreach, my nigga, I'm here, like make it do what it do. And even if you don't, there are other people that I can make it happen that's close to the spear to get that check. So it is what it is. I think right now, Trump is really just kind of letting black folk want him back because they know their pockets was right under Trump,
Yeah.
They knew life was completely different under Trump. So those people who are going to him, they want that old thing back. All right. RFK, again, for those people who are like, I don't want Trump, I don't want Biden. How many will that be? Especially as more and more people, because the younger people are swinging over to Trump like, hey, you know what? He did pardon homies. And the money was fucking rolling. And then some of them idiots got the PPP, So
Yeah.
they have more incentive to go over towards Trump. So I don't think it'll hurt him as much as people think it does for RFK being in the race. RFK still has to get on the ballot in all 50 states. It's going to cost him like $15 million to do that or better. And then he's going to have to market and do all that extra stuff. Could he get some more people over there? I don't know, but the young folks screaming, boy, bring back Trump. So,
Yeah. And uh that being said, what do you think RFK is doing right that people who, are, on Trump's side, even Vivek, just on the Republican side, what do you think RFK is doing right that is it? Because if you look at the numbers, no matter what's being said, it looks like RFK is pulling more from Democrats, which makes sense because you could run a tree stump against Biden at this point. It's if somebody's trying to argue for Biden being good, you just don't have to talk. There's no, you know what I mean? So it looks like he's pulling more from there. But what is he doing right? Do you think? What action is he taking, or what is he standing up for that we should hold down and bring over to our side?
I'm not even, first of all, the way he feels about guns, F him. It's like automatically F him. That's my stance, because all gun control is racist. Point blank, period. That's just what it is. This country was started on the only people they didn't want to have guns was black people. Full stop. Black folk, no guns. They even if you were a convicted, like the Jesse James gang, you feel me? Being the outlaws they were, they still had guns, you know what I'm saying? But you be a
Yeah.
black person with a gun, oh shit, you know. So um I'm not going with that at all. Just full stop. Uh
Right.
but he's not Biden. And
Sure.
just like, you know, I guess you would say Trump or a Clinton or the Bushes. Let's say that I think the Bushes will be the better comparison. He has a last name. Everybody identifies him by his last name. Oh, your uncle was the president. He got his head blown off. And your dad was the senator who got his head blown off. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got the magical name that could also lead to you to get your head. You know what I'm saying? So, so, you know, it's just what you want. And they're telling you right now, like, but we ain't giving you no Secret Service.
Yeah, exactly. Which is, yeah.
Now, I would say that is a good thing that's coming, you know, from him, is that it's exposing that, yo, he's a viable candidate and they won't offer him Secret Service. You know, so if you won't offer a viable candidate Secret Service, and secretly he should have it anyway just because of his name,
Right. Right.
you know,
Man, at this
it's,
point, sorry, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say it's just crazy.
Crazy. Yeah. I'm, man, at this point, I'm, shout out to Glenn Price, coming through. So,
Hey, what up, bro?
Man, in my opinion, at this point, the deeper I dig in, most political campaigns, especially the ones on the low end, they're money laundering.
That's
What's
all
the
it is.
point? You know what I mean?
Laundering.
What's the point for, you know, no offense to him, not saying he was a bad dude, but what was the point for Doug to stay in so long? Right? What's the point for Chris Christie to be in right now? Because there's still it's like, what does being in mean? It means that somebody is giving money to these people to travel and talk about what they want to talk about. That's all being in the race still is. When they drop out, it just means people quit spending money, because I can still vote for them if I want, right? I can vote for whoever. You know, Kanye. But anyway,
Yay 2024.
couldn't be any worse. But anyway, so but you know, so it's money laundering. It's, you know, these PACs are set up, I think, by corporations that need tax write-offs, and then these PACs actually are more about lobbyists and in influencing laws in the state. And you know, that's what they're doing, because like you're looking at Christie last debate. Hold on, I don't think that was our next topic, but we dovetail and freestyle, you know what I'm saying? So
It is what it is.
In fact, it kind of is. But you know, there's no way Christie's gonna win. So why is he still getting a place? I mean, there's no way, like, love him or hate him, there's no way the guy's gonna win.
I know why.
Money, right?
I mean, well, we established the money, but he likes the good food, so he's paying to make sure that he goes and gets the good food. You heard what Vivek told his ass: get you a good meal and get your ass off stage. Yeah.
Well, and then, you know, job interview too, money laundering and job interview. So
For
yeah,
who?
and for people, you know, people like Vivek and Nikki and
Oh well,
you know,
yeah.
More so I would say DeSantis, and that was something that was very interesting about the debates, is that it was two clear sides, simply two clear sides. You had DeSantis and Vivek literally defending each other on one side at one point against you know, Fatty and War Bitch. So it was
Nimrata.
Yeah.
Call her Nimrata.
Queen of Babylon. But
Right.
Anyway, I just, man, she's so war hawkish and so not honest about her time in the UN and stuff like that. So anyway, regardless. So you had them defending each other, and Christie jumps in and is like, you're not going to talk to her like that. And it's like, whoa, you know, and so you just see there are two hard sides, and I feel like they legit represent the Republican Guard, the Rhino establishment, and on the other side, more of the popular, what we, you know, want. And, you know, I wanted to get your thoughts on that, and maybe to a greater extent, what you thought about the debate itself.
So the debate itself, what I did watch, was just money laundering, right? It's just no one's donating to the RNC right now. So it's a good way for them to cap some money, right? We're going to put this forth to it, because I think there was only supposed to be two debates, And then the third one came out of nowhere, and then this fourth one was just thrown out. It's like, what the you guys know good and well that it's the Donald J. Trump show. You feel me? It is. It is this right here. That's what this is. The winning lottery numbers as gave to us by Mike Epps. Okay, 45 and 47. That's the show that it is. These other people, it's like, can we even call it campaigning or auditioning for a job? Because he knows which one of them he wants to put into a job. We already know there's not a damn thing happening for Chris Christie, right? That's out of there. It's over. Nikki Haley, been there, done that, doesn't want her back anymore, right? DeSanctimonious, stay in Florida, good job. The only person who's really trying for a job right now, we're being honest, who has a clear shot, is Vivek. And he's doing a damn good job at actually showing that, hey, I am Team MAG, I am Team Populist, I am Team Millennials. The problem is, you said that, we have establishment versus, populists. Honestly, 3 of them are establishment, because you're not going to. Ron DeSantis is establishment. Despite all the populist things he may have done for Florida, or it seems like he done for Florida, the guy still paid for, bought and paid for. If it wasn't bought and paid for, he wouldn't be in this race talking about he's running for president. He'd be being the governor for the state of Florida and preparing himself for a possible run for presidency in 2028. That's what Ron DeSantis would be doing. He would not be removing himself from out of Florida. All right. So we're just going to go ahead and put that out, on Front Street when it comes to Ron DeSantis. Vivek, I don't know about Vivek, man. I really feel like Vivek is like, he's too perfect. Like, I'm getting that Obama perfect vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, the same thing that I got in 2008, that same little funny, fuzzy feeling from the great orator that was Obama. I'm getting that same thing from him. And we all know how Obama played out, right? We thought he was, the hope and the change. Like, bro, I didn't know who Obama was at the time. I mean, that was 2008. I was 20 years old. I didn't know who Obama was. I saw a nigga who I thought was a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? And he was saying all this change, and he's finna go in there, and I'm like, oh shit. This smooth Al Green singing motherfucker about to go in there and put his motherfucking foot up some asses. It's about to go down. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's about to go down. Jeezy had just dropped the recession. My president is black was dropping. You know what I'm saying? Like, we knew, like, this man is about to go. He got the whole hood behind him. And then what he do? What did he do? He sucked. Shouts out to my bros, man. Lucky Strike then jumped off YouTube and went over to Rumble. Shouts out to all my Rumblers, man. Hit the like button, share the stream, let the folk know that we is doing this thing, right? Because, we love you. It's for you, the people, man. It's for you, the people. But I'm getting those Obama vibes. It's there. It's there from Vivek.
Yeah, okay, fair. And we talked a little bit about this last week, and I had a couple thoughts on that, man. And that is that, one, if I was Vivek, I would be taking the same path, right? In that, okay, so Vivek has had to be a chameleon. Let's just be honest. I'm not saying he grew up poor, but he is an Indian dude who grew up around super rich white dudes. And not that I've got to kick it with too many super rich white dudes. No hate. If you're a super rich white dude, you want me to come kick it, I'm here. Let's go. I mean, I'm probably the most flavor you can handle, so I freestyle and everything. So let's do this. But anyway, he's had to learn to fit in, right? And he talks about how he felt one way till he became, till the BLM stuff happened, and he was being forced, and then the LGBTQ stuff happened, and he was literally forced. He was like, forced to write apologies and statements. And he's like, no. And it was at that point he was like, screw it, I'm done with that. And then he had his change, right? So if I'm that guy and I'm that successful, and I, have the narcissistic, because you have to have some kind of narcissistic level to become president or want to,
right?
What am I going to do? Okay, well, true story, probably the greatest speaker in the past 20 years, right? Even 25 years, if you go back. The guy that, if you were to kind of highlight when America was the most together and happy, you'd look at Obama, you know.
Hmm.
Just man, the dude brought, before, once again, before we knew, we all, you know what I'm saying? It was like a
Yeah,
thing, man. You were hugging
yeah.
people in the streets, and it was
It,
like,
it was
racism
beautiful.
is over,
It
you know?
right. You got
Yeah,
that feel. Like, of course, you had a few of those people who like was just mad as hell that this darky ended up in the White House. You feel me? Like, this darky ended up in the pure house. How could he? But
yeah,
then they also had to remember, well, I guess he is half one of us, so I guess that isn't too bad, right? So, you got your hugs and you got your love, and you're right though. It did kind of quell things down for a moment
right.
until
And
it popped.
he's a great orator. At the end of
Yes,
the
he
day, we
is.
can at least say the man knows how to put a speech together and deliver it, right? To the point
Mm-hmm.
of, it took him all the way to the White House.
Mm-hmm.
If don't
Yep.
know that all the forces behind him but that's a whole nother show.
Whole
Anyway,
nother
the
episode.
point is, he's a good orator. And I think
Yes.
that's what Vivek is taking. Vivek is like, I want to stand for the people in a real way, not the way Obama did, but the way to do
Mm-hmm.
that. And I swear, if I had to guess, dude, he sits and he watches Obama speeches. He literally, that's how he's teaching himself, right? If you
Absolutely.
want to get great at rock guitar, you watch Slash, you watch Jimmy Page, you watch these guys play guitar on YouTube, and then you play it back, and if you want to be a great podcaster, you watch the greats, right? What
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
classic Tracy Morgan. If you want to be a great, you got to study the greats, watch the game tape. So
Watch the game
I
tape.
get that. Yeah, man. So but if it were me, I would say he's watching the game tape. And still a lot of shadiness. I agree with you. I don't think he should be in a position of ultimate power. But under the watchful eye of someone like Trump, I think he might be able to do good, because he is putting his balls out there. He's saying the kind of stuff that gets other people locked up, or at least completely deplatformed, and he knows it, and he knows you can't deplatform him because he's already on that stage. So,
Mm-hmm.
but once again, there's a lot of questionable stuff. Not saying he's the best guy for president. I'm saying, to me, he's communicating the best information currently that needs to be said. So yeah,
I just want to see the walk. I need to see the walk.
yeah,
Like, the talk is good, and that's one thing that I can say. Like, I've been around Republicans, conservatives for hell. I've been around them heavy since 2016, right? Really heavy, 2018, 2019, 2020, and coming up to now. All it takes is a person to say the right words and they fall over them. Just boop, I love you. Don't vet, don't check anything out. It's just, I love you. Take my seat, be my leader. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I can't have that. I need to kick the tires. We got to spin this thing round the block one good time. Hey, cuz I'm gonna shoot you a couple hundred. I really want to push the dash and see what it do right quick. Like, it's
yeah,
that when it comes, and we know with 45 what the business is, right? As far as president's concerned, I do believe. So I like football. I'm a Colts fan. I am upset with my Indianapolis Colts when it came down to the whole Peyton Manning, Andrew Luck situation, right?
sure,
I don't believe we should have, parted ways with Peyton and said, hey, this is our new guy. We're running with him now. Throw him out on the field first year. I think that was the stupidest thing they could have done. If they were smart with him being a GOAT, you put Andy up under Peyton, have him hold the clipboard for a couple of years, get the understanding and the picking of the mind of a Peyton Manning and how you actually run the O and handle business. And then you, sayonara, sir, thank you for your service. I got the helm here. Let's go handle business. So, and that's what I felt with, if there would have been a Ron DeSantis, Donald Trump ticket, right? Trump's running, pick my running mate. Hey, Ron, tap your shoulders. I know you handling business down there in Florida, but buddy, I need you. Come on up here, run VP with me, and let's handle business. And then have him prepared to take over the helm in 2028 when Trump goes off into the sunset. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's one of those situations. So it would be the same thing with Vivek, right? If he's our dude, Vivek, excuse me, Vivek like cake. I don't remember his name is Vivek like cake. Let me give him his. I don't want nobody to call me pro turd. You know what I'm saying? So let me. We'll give you your proper just due on your names. But yeah, I want to know he's fit. I want to know he's the right one, and then go through from there. You know, just make sure, because I'm still scared of that Soros money, man.
Yeah, but didn't it? I mean, can't we account for where it all went?
Possibly,
Right?
maybe, COVID dude. You know,
Because his money was for grants for college, right?
I think it was grants for college, and I'm pretty sure they had some tie in with the works of the studying for the the mRNA, or
Yeah.
as DeSantis calls it, MNRA.
Elemental PNRA. And that brings me to that question, which is very interesting, is why do you think the wheels have completely fallen off the DeSantis campaign? Because, when he started out, everybody was like, this guy's going to be giving Trump a run for his money. And he is, the more polished, more likable version of Trump. He comes from the same neighborhood, if you will, and he just crushed as far as a governor in Florida goes. And the wheels have just come off. And I'm wondering why you think that is.
Because the wheels were never really on. Like, I don't.
Pew, pew,
They
pew,
was.
pew.
The wheels were never really on, man. He had a lot of people are calling it a failure to take off, right? He overshot his bounds. He went in shooting and gunning for Trump. And it's like, and like I said, those are those rich Republican rhino establishment sleazeballs that was like, hey guy, yeah, man, you really got it. You can do something, man. You can take Trump out the game. You this is all you, maybe. Yeah. This is all you. You're pepping him up and brushing up his shoulders, and it's like, yeah, and it's like, dude, you are about to send a junior welterweight into the ring with Muhammad Ali Tyson. Like, are you crazy?
That's exactly. We call it gassed up. We're getting you gassed up. It's like, we know you're going to get your ass whipped and we're doing this for entertainment, but we're going to gas you and then throw you out there, and I feel like Ron got gassed. I feel like he got gassed up and he's like, I am the dude to take out Trump. And it's like, bro, no, like,
they're
what
destroying
I mean?
you. And ultimately, that's what what I see is that they were sent there to destroy DeSantis because he was the next strongest thing, right? Yeah. They had to take him out the paint. They had to make sure that him and Trump could never link up and be cool again. And then they had to make him look like the weakest, biggest cuck, you know what I'm saying, in the world, right? They put him in those boots with the platforms inside of them, right? They have his wife run around and say crazy stuff. And then the other day she says, hey guys, it doesn't matter where you live at. Come on and caucus here.
Yeah, no, I heard that. It's like, come on, man.
That's not how that works.
I want all of America to vote in the Iowa caucus. Well,
come do your duty. Like, wait, what? Doesn't matter if you don't live here. You can still participate in the caucus. No.
That's Democrats. That's Democrats that get to do that. We don't get to.
We don't do that. We really want to get rid of that. But, the funny thing is, though, the Republicans and the Democrats on the higher level, they play those types of games with each other. Oh, yeah. They play those types of games with each other. I'm interested. I might have an opportunity to go up to Wisconsin for the Republican National Convention. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah. We'll see how that goes.
That's one of that besides Georgia might be the second hottest state when it comes to all of this wackiness. And, I would say you guys are more white collar wackiness and Wisconsin is more blue collar wackiness. And you know what I mean by that? I mean, Kyle Rittenhouse,
truth.
Right? Boom.
It's the truth.
You know what I'm saying? And, their stuff is a little more, street level. And, the thing about Georgia, you got to be smart. I was reading yet another article today about Georgia elections. And it was actually, I was reading it from The Guardian, trying to get a more liberal perspective. And they were just saying, they were complaining that there are too many right-wing requests for voter information, and it's, blocking up the system because a pro-system situation and good system and system this and Republican bad. But it was just saying that, it can take a lot of time and they have to hire attorneys and, spending too much money in attorneys fees for elections and election counties and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, man, you have to be smart to trace this Georgia stuff, man. It's, you know what I mean? It's this branch goes to here and this lady,
Yeah.
but she leads to this guy and this
Yeah.
guy in New York funded this lady. Whereas in Wisconsin, it's, well, this guy shot this guy and Mark Zuckerberg came over and paid this mayor $100,000 and said, we do this now. I'm the captain
Right.
now, right?
Right. But we had the same thing happen here. Like, we had the white collar, the people sending stuff up, but we also had the Zuckerbergs. Hey man, I'm gonna drop you guys 1.5 and I need y'all to put these boxes up and just, you're gonna accept those ballots no matter what. You're gonna have duplicate ballots, like, cause bro, we had some funny stuff. And I can talk, YouTube. If you guys decide, first of all, we're also over on Rumble. If you guys haven't subscribed to us over on Rumble yet, make sure you do that, because YouTube isn't going to like us, especially after this beautiful tidbit I'm finna drop on them. I wish you would come to me talking about the elections because they was perfect and free and clear. I wish you would. You can meet me in the parking lot, cuz, and we can get to it, all right? Because I know good and well that I found myself, this guy found a precinct with 0 registered voters and 1,599 voters had voted. You have 0 registered voters, but 1,599 people voted in that precinct. Get out of here.
And you have you have the raw data on that.
Bro, it's on the website right now. I could share my screen, go over to the Chatham County Board of Elections website, download the Statement of Votes Cast, the SOVC, from the 2020 general election, and it is on page 10. It is a Skidaway Island State Park. That precinct. Can't remember the actual precinct number, but it's Skidaway Island State Park precinct. 1,599 registered voters, 0 voters. 0 voters registered, 1,599 votes counted. Crazy. And they're like, oh, it's an error. Well, we said it was an error. We literally said that there were errors that took place, and you told us it was error-free and it was perfect. But I'm pointing out an error.
Also, who stops it? Who pulls those? Who recounts? Who resets that shit? Or who's responsible for, and what are they doing right now? Just for that, because I love this, because this is a micro to a macro. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly.
This is who's responsible right here. This is it.
The election board, mayor, election board, and then some
board of registrars, secretary of state. No, it goes to the county. No, it goes up to the state. Actually, it's like, yeah, it's because, and they all know that they're implicated in the bull because they all use the system. All right. You have the Dems that use it on a local level, the Reds that use it on like a statewide level, and then the deep state controls it on the Fed level. Like it's freaking wild, man. It is wild, but they know. And luckily, there's so many issues that are happening. Like, we had a lady here in DeKalb County up in Atlanta. She was in a race for county commissioner. She was in 3rd place. She was slated to lose, right? She went back and looked at the numbers. In all but 4 precincts, she had 0 votes, to include the precinct where she votes for herself. 0 votes in the precinct where she votes for herself, and she's married. So at the least in that precinct, should have been 2 votes.
And if I live in the neighborhood, 3. Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
0. So she goes and she hits them up and she's like, "Hey, I don't know what you guys got going on, but I got 0 votes in all precincts but 4, to include my home precinct where I vote for myself and my husband does too." This woman went from dead last in the race to first went to the runoff and won. A difference of votes of like 3,000 some odd votes. Votes was taken from the first place person and was given to her, and it was like they like literally swapped places, and the other person's numbers went down by like 2,000-3,000, and it's like, and guess what year this happened?
2020.
2022.
Oh, just last year. Damn it.
So
Like,
this is
yeah.
You said 2020 was perfect, but this happened in 2022. So it couldn't happen in 2020. And you guys figured out the perfect formula, and all of a sudden, 2022, get out of here, bro.
I don't, and that's because you think, oh man, you know what you think, and then there's the truth. So, hey, man, the Kerry Lake thing is good, right? Arizona recalling and that mess. Sometimes you got to make a mess. So that part is good. That part is good. Speaking of honest and integral, no argument, straight across the board elections, it's come out that Trump actually in the upcoming election is hands down the front runner. And I mean, right, by like 4 to 6 points. And this is, CBS. This is, which it's pretty easy to guess that if he's up that much, by polls in New York and that kind of thing, which speaking of, just read a little thing. He did a, we'll talk about it in a second, but he did the Young Republicans convention Saturday night in New York. And they said there was, over 1,000 people there, and he doubled down on being a dictator for one day. That's love it. So anyway, yeah, exactly. So, and what's cool is he just held his point. That's all. He's so smart. He knows all I have to do is hold my point, right? So anyway, he's leading. And what do you make of that? Because more than anything, as we talk about, man, it's that minority vote, mainly the black vote, but also the Latino vote. But because it's been so high, and because most of the time you're looking at a 52 to 42, right, kind of thing, or a 52 to 48, sorry, kind of situation in most elections. So if you sway 20% of the folks that just blindly vote Democrat, you're going to win by a landslide most of the time, or what would be considered a landslide. So, I know you clearly believe it. You're not like, oh, I can't see how Trump would be leading. That's a BS. But talk to me a little bit about why you think that is, maybe, and what's going on, and why they're having to admit it at this point.
You got Latinos and black people in the Bronx out here on the news screen. Yo, get him out of here. Get him out of here. He has got to go. Yeah. You got Chicago blacks. Yo, we messed up. Shouts out to my girl P. Ray up there in Chicago, man. That's the real voice of Black Chicago. My girl P. Ray with WVON Radio. She's out there turning them folk up. You got the immigrants coming in. They're building up, and that's the problem is that, so these people, the Brandon Johnsons, the Eric Adams, all of these Democrat mayors that are in these places, right? They all have Democratic marching orders. And if you listen to them, they will say that we're moving with the party, we're doing this with the party, we're following Biden, blah, 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 blah. They will find some way to attach them, right? People are realizing that. And they're like, nah, we're about to be boisterous about this and let people know we want Trump back. So now that they're on TV, they're everywhere. Cardi B, nah, fuck with Trump. We need Trump. She who not be named with the sticky body, right? She's saying I rock with Trump. Since that is happening, they're like, okay, well, we got to admit in the polls that Biden is pretty horrible. So they'll say that, oh, Trump has him by 0.9 or +9 or +8. I know Trump has that man double digits. And I'm talking 15, 16, 17, 20 point double digits, hands down, because they have an actual compare. And, we've talked before, that I am a very proud member of a particular community, and I'll just say that where we go one, we will go all. Right?
Yes.
Very proud of that.
I'm
That
ready to get
attachment.
down while naming breakfast cereals, by the way. Let's go. I'm in.
Oh, are
I'm
you now?
practicing all day.
Oh, just for
So
that, we're gonna have to do something different,
I
man.
actually want to,
Shouts out to
if
my
you,
bros Nubs, man.
yeah,
I see you in the
yeah,
chat. Uhuru, bro. Uhuru.
hooroo.
Proud of your
if
boy.
if you know some Oklahoma, I'm sure there's probably a pretty strong contingent here in the Oklahoma area. We're just, you know what I mean. So I just don't know them. So I'd love to hang out. You know
That's
what I
all
mean.
right.
So
No.
yeah, man.
Somebody will knock on your door one day.
Come on through. Come on, man.
Someone will
You saw
knock
the
on your
picture. I
door.
got a nice little studio. Let's go live, bro. Talk to me. I
Yeah,
want that
yeah.
info. Man,
We'll
anytime I
make
can
sure
get
that.
anybody like that out, man, you know what I mean? I want to, there's so many voices that we can, that we need to amplify, man. Shout out to Cannon, but like, you know, the other night when we watched that after show and
Mm-hmm.
just like I said before, and I'll say again, and I thought I lost another friend. Shout out, holler back. If
Oh,
you can hear me, I
did you?
won't name you, sir. A former musician friend that I love to write with. He was an amazing musician,
Yeah.
great guitarist, love him to death. And, you know, came back to where I live now, my town. And, you know, got a nice little place with my wife and, play guitar a long time. And, you know, I invited him and nothing. And, you know, it's, he's on the, he's on the liberal train. That's okay. That's okay. Because I'm like, look, bro, you know what I mean? You weren't really my friend. If you can't either A, put it aside, or B, spend some
Mm-hmm.
time talking to me and allow me to tell you why I believe the way I believe, and you've just decided, no, man, you know what I mean? I'm not hanging out with you because I've watched some stuff on Facebook. You said, well, good, good. My time is
Mm-hmm.
valuable and precious, bro. So it's kind of your loss at this point. Anyway, side note, anytime we can amplify folks, and this is why Trump has my vote at this point, because
Right.
I know of all the candidates, he's the one that if he does not pardon these illegally, unjustly political prisoners from
Right.
J6 on day one, we can million man march. And because he's the guy that's going to get us the closest. He's the guy that has to listen to us
Yep.
the most in that. And until these people are released, I'm not, that's job one. And then, yeah, drill baby drill in a wall too. I'm down with all of it.
Let's run the checkup. Speaking of, man, I got a brother I got quite a few brothers that are sitting in there, man, that needs to be released.
Yeah.
But I have a very close partner from here. He stomped with me down here in Chatham County. Like my dog Dom. He's sitting down in the Patriot Pod right now. You know what I'm saying? He's in the DC gulag. And I got a call from him from the other day that he was, they sing the Star Spangled Banner every night, and actually got a recording of it. So
Nice.
we'll play that on one of the shows because there are a lot of people who are there for they're honestly there for no damn reason, bro, and we're just letting them sit there. There's some of them who did some dumbass stuff that should be there. Like if you broke something, you smashed a window or something, and they got you dead to wrong, like smashing the window. Like, come on, bro.
Serve your 6 months.
Serve your 6
Done.
months and done,
Or-
right? But
Yeah,
Granny
or-
from Alaska, you know what I'm saying, who's just walking through taking pictures. Like people were literally just walking through the halls taking pictures, admiring the fact that, oh shit, we're in here.
Or-
Don't insurrect.
So cop got it like holy Lord, because if you're on the other side of the building and the cops pop the door open for you and go, come in, and literally they're leading you down the halls going, and this is where Nancy's office is, and this is where Bob's office is. And then all of a sudden you're a felony criminal, or you have 100 misdemeanors and they treat you like, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, man.
Yeah, get him
I
out,
gotta
bro.
collect myself on it, bro.
Get
Because
him out,
just,
Trump.
it's the worst thing ever. And then dig deeper and find out, it was set up for when you see literally the people going, they didn't leave us with any help or any protection whatsoever. Then you hear the cops going, for every one we pull out, we're enraging 10 others because we're firing bullets out. I'm not making this stuff up for anybody that wants to come at me. Let's go. You know what I mean?
We got the receipts.
Man, see,
we got the receipts.
I'm gonna get.
Yeah, don't get. So the thing is,
Also,
this is
May,
where
was it May
educate.
20th? Was it 520?
Yes, it was
you
520.
You hear about J6, but you don't hear about 520.
Yeah. Where they actually did, burn down a guard shack and breached, a part of the White House. Like, But you know what? They
Set
remember
fire to a
520.
church.
They remember 520. You know why they remember 520? I'm gonna tell you why they remember 520. The liberals remember 520 because that's when they were able to call Trump a bunker bitch. That's where bunker bitch came from. It was that day. So, like, if we're gonna talk about an insurrection, let's talk about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The
Far
only
worse.
weapons.
Yeah. Far worse, far more damage. And then let's talk about who went to prison. No one. Right? Not only that, but the people who are responsible for that stuff actually sued. Why people don't know this? The Antifa groups that were responsible for the May stuff sued and got $1 million from the city after they burned the stuff down, forced the president into a hole. And then the president, being a cool guy he is and believing in protest, even though it got out of hand, didn't send in the guard. Those people could have been ended on site for what they did, literally, as others. So anyway, which speaking of ending on site, man, I checked out that Woo's News Babbitt stuff, if you will.
Did you?
I'll leave it at that.
Did you?
Yeah, man. Here's the thing. Yeah, Schaefer seems like a clown to me. And if you go into he's been on Tim Pool a lot. This is why I like Tim Pool, is because they have to sit there and they have to talk and they have to get opinions thrown at them and that kind of thing. And then they have to talk about their experiences firsthand. And Schaefer's always come off like a clown to me, always weird. You know, those cats. He's got the Oliver Anthony vibe, the bearded guitar player in the country that just came out of nowhere. He's got that same vibe of, now, who are you, bro? You know what I mean? Now, what's going on with you? And then you got to look at, man, just it always goes back to, you will know a tree by its fruits. And if people like Baked and Elijah Schaefer financially and career-wise benefited largely off of this thing where our brothers are suffering and families are hurting and they're supposedly on the side, you just have to look at the fruits of that tree, right? And you have to figure out, okay, well, why aren't they living their life fighting, you know what I mean, for the folks that are suffering unfairly? Why aren't they just, instead of, dancing on podcast? I don't know, man. That's my thought on that. Whether it's real or not, that's my thought on that. And also my counterpoint to that would simply be her parents. Recently her mom got arrested for jaywalking, and they were out there and they're still out there, like, protesting, and actually the Christian folk doing a lot of prayer and stuff like that. So if it is truly a work, I don't even think her parents are in on it. So
probably not.
You know what I mean? Which very possibly could be, but that's my thought, because I always try to take, on a topic as controversial as this, man, I got to look at everything. And I know Elijah Schaefer is definitely a plant. Once again, look at the fruit, look at Baked. If people become millionaires off of this while other brothers are in prison and they're not taking chunks of that money to help their brothers that were there with them, then fuck you, quite honestly. Sorry, but fuck you, yeah, man. It's on site if I see Baked, just so you know. It's on site with Baked Alaska.
Listen, Trust. Bro, I got the camera. You know what I'm saying? I think that this
let's go.
You already know my first words, world star. You know what I'm saying? Like,
on site.
Yes.
He's thick. I don't care. He got a little buff to him. He got a little Alaska to him. That's okay. I got a little Oklahoma to me. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Anyway,
man, work it, bro. Because it's all a big grift. It's all a big grift. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like they were able to capitalize on it, but more so, like I said, that whole quote unquote that fake surrection, that Juneteenth, as it's called over on the side, it was simply for making sure that the debates and subsequently the information about the questionable votes in 8 states did not happen. That's what that was about. Because you had 8 senators that were ready to stand up with the House of Representative members to say that they contested each individual state that they were partnered up to, contest. Well, after Ashley Rabbit, there were no more debates.
Yeah.
Whether or not she got killed did not impact the evidence for fraudulent votes that you had. They needed that to shift the emotion, they needed all of it This is why Nancy Pelosi had her team documenting her with her camera and everything, right? They
Mhm.
needed it all. They needed an emotional tug to tug at those heartstrings and tell everybody, hey, this is it. These people came, they destroyed the Capitol, someone got killed. We are not doing this anymore. We're going to push these votes through and we're going to make Biden the president. That's what it was. That's what it was. And we have to be smart enough now to stand forward and say, that's what that was. We can't be the people to say that, 911, once your emergency, was government funded and government operated, right? Operation Northwoods. But then not say that, damn, that J6 was a work. If they could do one,
Yeah.
of it, they can do the other.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm feeling on that. It's like, I won't absolve them because it was a means to an end, right? They didn't care whether she was or wasn't. It was a means to get rid of this guy. 911, once your emergency, was a means to bring in the Patriot Act, right?
Sure. I I agree. I also, me, I'm a psychology and entertainment guy. It's kind of how I try not to look
Mm-hmm.
at everything through that lens, but also, to go back to it, this was a demoralization.
Yeah.
Think about it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You have tens of thousands of people, probably all could have chosen to be well armed if they wanted, if
Mm-hmm.
not a large majority. I'm going to say 75% because we're the gun people, right? So anyway, there's that. And then this is one of the things, we're 2A people, so and most of these rural folk, you know um anyway, so to use that kind of against us, and then to get that guy off. I mean, what, within 30 days he was completely acquitted,
Mm-hmm.
and then to suffer that casualty million. CD says 1.5 mil. Awesome. I apologize, I am not as smart. That's why I have you in Pro2KALL, man, because I just, as I learned,
Yeah.
try to, quash anger to get more information, because sometimes you get so mad you quit downloading, and you just want to murder
Right.
uh on a video game.
I'm gonna say
Sorry, you just
GTA.
out on
GTA is
GTA.
my GTA is that's my getaway, bro. That's my
Yeah,
getaway.
you don't want to do anything in real life, but on
Not at
GTA,
all. I
where
love
that's
my
cool.
freedom.
But yeah, man. So I think it's a demoralization campaign to show, look at this. You know what I mean? Look at what we can do, and we'll take one of yours out, and then no one's going to talk about it on the news. You Google, and it's like, you Google her and it's about her and her husband were swingers, and literally
Mm-hmm.
there's an article going, actually a bad person, question mark. So screw the fact, you know what I mean, that she was murdered by police. Given that story, if you're rolling with it,
She was
she was
freaky
murdered,
deaky.
shot in the face, an unarmed woman, yeah, she might have been a swinger, so she deserved a bullet to the face. What? So anyway, that's I think on top of, the what you said, it was also to make us feel like crap, and that we took the casualty while they're
Mm-hmm.
lying about it. Biden still
Mm-hmm.
goes on and says we lost 2 police officers that day. Complete lies. And then what was it? 4 or 5 cops within 90 days all committed suicide out of that
Right.
thing.
Uh,
Convenient.
did they really though?
Convenient.
Did
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
but no, did they really though? Or
Mm.
were they Arkansased?
Yeah, I think or are they hanging out with Rabbit on an island somewhere? Although so much easier to get rid of folk. You know what I mean? Really, if you have that option, why wouldn't you
Mm-hmm.
take it? Right. So,
Mm-hmm.
anyway, speaking of that, little culture, bringing it into culture, man. So GTA got released, right? At the same time, roughly, the GTA promo came out. Lady Ballers came out, and then this because we like to talk about culture on both sides. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And uh this is where I think we're missing it, as far as people who maybe are more on the conservative side of things. I think that both examples are blatant examples of how we're missing it. And I wanted to get your thoughts. You're a GTA man. I'm GTA old school myself. I wanted to
Right.
get your thoughts on first we'll go GTA, and then maybe we'll talk about Lady Ballers a bit. So yeah.
You want to do GTA first, or you want to do Lady? We can get Lady Ballers out the way. I don't think I'll be on that topic too long.
All right. All right. Give me what you got.
So Lady Ballers. I've only seen piece of the trailer.
Which is really, I mean, do you need to see any more? You kind of get the whole movie.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
So I think it's funny that they're poking that type of fun, because it's like, first of all, I've already seen it. If you're black, you've seen Juwanna Man. You know what I'm saying? So like, you've already seen the man dress up as a woman to get into the WNBA and play. From what I was seeing though, it was funny to see them poke at, hey, I'm a man, but I'm really a woman, and you can't tell me that I'm not a woman, right? I still have my beard. I'm horribly dressed as a woman. You know what I'm saying? My wig is off. It's all of this. It's like, I'm literally poking fun at you for the stuff that you're trying to make me accept in life. All right. Okay, cool. I can get down with that. And that's just pretty much as far as it goes. Like, their counterculture, we're showing you how stupid you look. And yeah, that's it.
Okay, so do you have any kind of moral or whatever kind of issue with your Matt Walsh dressing up as a woman, after he's kind of made money on the other side of it? Do you get it that it's kind of a Weird Al type of play, for comedy? Or kind of, what do you think? Because we got the brothers, that we work with, and the Hotepistan folks, and they're kind of like, no, period, no, the end. And that's, you're allowed. I believe you're allowed to have your opinion, but my question is kind of, what do you think about that?
So I understand that, right? And I feel that way. That's how I feel about Tyler Perry and Madea, right? It's like I was okay with Madea as a stage play, right?
Right.
It was when you took it to this mainstream multi-billion-dollar conglomerate where I was just like, heck no. The moment you went on the big screen, it was heck no for me. Like, I'm done. Stay away from me. And I don't want anything that your name is on. So when it comes to seeing Matt and these guys again, Matt isn't, from what I saw, he didn't shave all the beard off his face and fix his features up to look more like a woman to portray this part. He didn't, God forbid, be Heath Ledger and committing to, the actual part that he's playing. He was really poking fun at it. And it's like, at least I know you're doing this in jest and fun. Okay. You're not, man, I really feel like a woman type, situation. It's like great. I didn't even know Ben Shapiro was in it. Again, I only watched, a piece of it. So like, even that, it's like, it is all like.
He plays a referee though, which I think is funny.
Oh God.
I think that was
funny.
Almost an inside joke. Like, really, Ben Shapiro calling anything down the middle, like, stop. You know what I mean?
So it's like,
yeah, I see what you're saying. I get that it's a bad look on certain levels. For me, a couple things is one, gosh, how do I say this? It's kind of like the difference between Bryson Gray and Tom McDonald, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I hear Bryson Gray, I'm like, no matter what that dude is rapping about, he has skills and he has knowledge. Like, this dude has put together a rhyme. You know what I mean? This man is really good at this, and he's also got a real message. So whether I agree or disagree, I respect this man's skills, And then Tom McDonald, is I'm sorry, from the white delegate. So I'm sorry. I'm not a fan. Maybe I just am not a fan. And to me, it's the difference between a funny movie and, a Lady Ballers, in that, okay. But once again, it's Juwanna Man. There was like 2 or 3 movies like that. He's One of the Girls, I think, was one back in the day. It's like, okay, man. So if you guys are going to hit something more original, more creative, funnier. There's a lot out there. And this is not even a good take, because this has been done
Uh,
before. If you're going to redo it really well.
well, see,
Do
it
something
was
interesting, different.
done, but it wasn't done. Like I said, it wasn't done in this manner because Joanna Man was on some. I can't not play basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like I have to play
Wasn't a terrible
basketball.
movie.
You know,
Was
and
not a
it wasn't a
terrible.
bad.
Yeah.
It was a movie. They actually, but it was something they put thought into, and they actually wrote and made sure they had some decent actors. It was a good movie, as opposed to this. It's like it's Jackass, bro. This is
But
this is hi. I'm Johnny Knoxville. Welcome to Jackass. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like it. The feel that I got from it was it felt like a Adam Sandler movie type situation. Like I felt like I was watching old Adam Sandler, Seth Rogen ish movie. Like that's the feel that I was getting as I was looking, and it was like almost horrible, like purposely. So it's like,
yeah,
okay, this
I thought.
isn't what's the this isn't what is it? Run, hide, fight, right?
Yeah,
This isn't run,
yeah.
hide, fight. This isn't the 911 one, right? This isn't that.
Terror on
This
the
is
Prairie. Yeah, yeah,
right.
yeah.
This
Yeah.
isn't that. This is our hand at crazy ass funny comedy to really wake up, the libs, because that's who they're messing with. They're poking fun at the libs. I don't think the only conservatives they expect to see this movie is just their fans who are going to put money into it. That maybe their fans are going to put money into it, but this is purely to troll and to get out there and to have people be like, "Oh, y'all heard about this Lady Ballers movie? No, what's Lady Ballers? It would have been great if they would have put like Mike Epps or somebody in it. You know what I'm saying? That would have been a good look for people to be like, you know what, this is, the black folk would have been like, yeah, these motherfuckers got a point. The fuck is this crazy?
Black folk don't fuck with Daily Wire, bro. Come on now.
But it could.
I mean,
So
Jason
it
Whitlock
could.
does, but we can't talk about him tonight. But Jason Whitlock is no, he's Blaze. My bad, he's Blaze.
Yeah,
My
he's
bad.
Blaze.
Candace Owens is Daily Wire.
Yes,
And yeah,
for the
so
moment, I guess. But it's like, they
they need
would
her
like,
more than she needs them. By the way, just so you know.
yeah, that
Because
that
like
is
she's
true.
getting a piece of the money. She can go the Tucker route now and probably triple her money and actually increase her fan base, because people don't necessarily want to go through the Daily Wire to get to her.
No,
So there's
nobody
that
want to pay that
too.
money.
So,
Nobody definitely, they
yeah.
definitely don't want to pay that money. So it's possible, for him to, get some other people over and check it out. My dog Cannon in the chat. Shouts out to Cannon Hotel. Gonna
Holy
go ahead and
cow, Cannon Hotep in the building.
goddamn right. Drop that horn on Cannon, man.
Man, we just so he knows, man, we were already talking about how great your show was Thursday night. We've already
yeah.
breached that topic and shouted
Yeah.
you out for that. So thank you for that, man. That was
He
awesome.
does greatness, man. It was crazy, bro. I was going through some old posts. I've been rocking with Cannon Hotel for like 2 years now, man. I've been on the Cannon train for like 2 years. I don't know how I stumbled on the bros. I actually stumbled on the Cannon before. I heard of HJ, but like I wasn't really into HJ. But then I started watching Cannon and was like, that's my motherfucking dude right there. I'm in, you know what I'm saying? So, and then from there I like got into the rest of the Hotep fam and was like, all right, that's what it is. But Cannon sold me, man. So shouts out to bros, man. Shouts out to bros.
Yeah, man.
But
Cannon
yeah,
is
man.
like I would say Cannon is like a good whiskey, like a Jack Daniels. You know what I mean? A good whiskey. And Hotep is more like a really old fine wine. You know what I mean? It's you gotta
Right.
appreciate what you're drinking, because if you just drink, you'd be like, whoa. But with that whiskey, you're like, hell yeah, let's get it.
Let's
So,
go.
absolutely.
Let's
So.
go.
Awesome, dude. Yeah, man, and just cool. I will say, man, one thing I enjoyed was the chat. Because
Yeah.
when you go into the Griff Report chat, man, that's taking on all. You feel like you're in a cage and it's next man up. You call in and they're just screw this guy for calling in. You know what I mean? He was talking. I'll never forget one day he was talking about Japan, which I have been to, and they don't have guns, or they maybe do, but they have some black man from Baltimore. Hey, man, them Ravens did good today, sir. Them Ravens pulled it out. Good job, Baltimore. Anyway, so yeah, man, God, what was I saying? I had a point there. before
He's
the
talking about
Ravens.
Japan and the
Yeah,
guns.
Japan. So in the chat, I was like, the one thing I noticed is there's no guns there. And if you do a simple Google search, you'll see like all handguns are completely outlawed. And then like four people in the chat, all my homies got guns in Japan. What? I'm like, okay. Like, shit.
Do they live on a military base?
You know, when you got motherfuckers in that chat arguing about how they shower daily, you know what I mean? You're like, good Lord.
I use 2 rags. Okay. All right. Good God. We got you.
Whereas Canon Chat is like, it's almost like going to the speakeasy, you know, the little bar around the neighborhood corner. We're all like-minded, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're all going to watch some shit, have a drink, you know, it was fun. It was, and he went late and I was like, I can't go to bed. I'm hanging, you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
Bro, he does that. He does that. So I'll either do 2 things, bro. I will stay up and listen to it for like the 2-3 hours that we go through when it runs late. Or like I'll start listening and I'll fall asleep and then I'll wake back up and get right back in. Oh, they're still going. All right, let's go back to
it. Would be fun in your chat. Yes. So it's cool. It really, if it had bar vibe, you know, I don't go to bars really anymore or anything like, but it had like that cool, you're going to the bar to kick it. You know what I mean? Fuck around, just have a drink and kick it with your homies vibe. That was really cool.
That's it, man. Artillery, man. It goes down over there, man. So shouts out to everybody in artillery, man.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure he's talked about it before. I'll dig through, but man, that collection on the back of his wall, bro.
Yeah.
Woo! That's some sexy hardware. That's sexy hardware.
Hey man, you know, a lot of them, a few of them I know he built, man. It's the last one was the BK 300.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's bro. You know, I'm.
What's the next
boy,
one, bro? He's got. I think he wants to. What you want to build? A Draco next? Something like it's, but like, dude, it's journeys. You know what I'm saying? It's journeys in this shit. You know, me, I'm just like, no, I'm on dang defense next. You know, I don't want to buy. I don't want to build one. I want to go ahead and just have it's the Draco. I'm gonna go ahead and get me a nice Daniel defense weapon that's already built and pretty, and just get me some ops and different things. Might get it like Sarah coated or something. I don't know. I might go with the color that they already have, but like that's where I'm at. And then when I move out onto the land, you know, then I'll have time and I'll build me some weapons. But right now I'm in the trenches. I'm in the city. You feel me? I ain't got time to build. I need to be ready to go. You know, I got to be ready to rock and roll. So
I would love to get your opinion. And if Cannon's in there, man, if you live in a city, in a more densely populated area, right, and say you even live in a condo community, would you prefer a smaller automatic or a quick action shotgun? So like, and this is for, you know, defense only. Somebody's trying to come through my door, right? Do I want something that's going to click, click, bang, or do I want something that's, you know, maybe a 3-round burst, pop, 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 pop? What do you think would be more effective in a close quarters, densely populated area, but you need more firepower than like, say, a 9mm, or you just want, because it's your right as an American to have more firepower than a 9 and 45. You know what I'm saying? So
America. So
and, you know, hunting rifle's not practical. You know,
it's not. So, it's really not practical. So me personally, I know, you know, talk about the 9. I'm James Bond. I sleep with it under my pillow type shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like
mine is literally right next to me. Yeah, always. You know what I mean?
So, you know, that is right there. But everything is accessible. You know what I'm saying? It honestly, personally, it depends on the situation of what is going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm hearing multiple footsteps, multiple people, I'm gonna go ahead and just grab the shotty with the, you know what I'm saying, with that got the Jamaican setup, like Dave Chappelle said, you know what I'm saying? Got the birdshot, buckshot, 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 you know what I'm saying? Like I'm going with that. Or you know, that's if I hear, you know, like I said, there's some serious shit going on in the house. But if I hear like a creep or something, I'm probably just gonna grab the 9. Or I got another little beautiful, I don't like calling it an SBR, but that's just what it is. It's a SPM4. You know what I'm saying? It's an AR. It's nice and short though, so I can like get around corners real easily with it. I like that.
That's what I'm thinking about. Yeah. So he says the 300 BLK, the new home defense semi-auto, is the #1 hitter. I'm in. I got to peep it out. And then he says it's a semi-auto shotty.
And then
So
he likes
hell
semi-auto
yeah.
shoddy. Yeah.
Also,
Okay.
man, I hope somebody screenshots this because Ken and Hotep is talking to us on our chat, and that's kick ass. And I want this screenshot. You know what I'm saying?
I'll get
So
that for you.
anyway.
I'll make sure I get it to you.
Hell yeah, man. That's pretty cool, yo. Just saying. So anyway, speaking of protection and badassness and crazy loud white boys, Alex Jones is
Yeah.
back in the building.
I got him. I got him. I got him. There he is. There he
Hell
is.
yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. Also, side note, only for people that are deep listeners, that impression of Rudy that made him so mad that I did was just Alex Jones. It was basically the same impression with a little more Southern on it. You know what I mean? So,
Hey man, you got to get up off my dog, man, the street vet. You know what I'm saying? I
love
love
Rudy.
both of
Man,
y'all.
I'm
I
good
know
to
you
Rudy.
do. I know you. I know you do. I know you do. I'm just messing with you, but both y'all my dogs, man. Both y'all my goddamn gonna ride a white boys now. So we're gonna have to sit down with some whiskey and a couple of good ones, and we're gonna have to situate this. I'll be the mediator of that.
Because I know it's all we are extremely like-minded. What's funny is me and Rudy are probably, I check more boxes probably with him as almost anybody else, if not more than most people in the chat. So that's the funny part. And
that's probably why y'all bump heads.
Yeah, exactly.
That's probably why y'all bump heads. Y'all guys are too much alike, though.
It was I forgot who was in the chat that called in. It was like the problem with Mike and Rudy is there can be only one white boy. So they're fighting for white boy supremacy.
Meanwhile, Brody is just, kicking back in the chat like, look at this. I'm just going to be quiet and enjoy the show. Matter of fact, I'm going to hang over here on YouTube where it's safe. Rumble is the trenches, and YouTube, I don't even know what the hell YouTube is. Like,
okay. Let me bring this up. This is very interesting, man. I know, man, we're not trying to ride anybody's nuts, but shout out to Griff Report. And it's just a great show. And HJ Hotep Jesus does a great job daily on that. So, but this is something I found very interesting. Speaking of Alex Jones, the UK's version of Alex Jones is a guy named Tommy Robinson. If you're listening, feel free to look him up. But he's pretty much as censored as Johnny Walker Blue Label. Hell yeah. He's almost as banned and as censored, and he kind of fulfills that role for England. That's not the exact way to say it, but that's about the best way to kind of truncate it. So Brody is the big homie. So anyway, so he had Tommy Robinson on his show. Tommy is beast. And this is the thing, man. So on the YouTube chat, it was very liberal, very F this dude. You know what I mean? He's racist. He's that. Then you went over to the many times, right? They got a fatwa on his head, I think they call it, right? Where they're trying to the Nation of Islam literally puts a death threat on you. They have on him. But anyway, Tommy Robinson. Anyway, so then you go over to the Rumble chat and it's go Tommy Robinson. I mean, it was literally night and day. And then I figured out you're getting top chats versus all chats. So Facebook was actually deleting any or not showing you pro Tommy Robinson chats in the chat during that interview on Friday. Yeah, on YouTube. Excuse me. And then Rumble, clearly, Rumble, Wild Wild West. We go in,
Right.
If you like the cage, you get in the cage, dog. So, but anyway, yeah, man, it was amazing how even with HJ, you got to watch out when you're taking participation in that. So try to get him off in jail. Yeah, man.
Let me see. Rock for time for a minute. Yeah, I've heard of him a few times. He was just a little. Hey, I'm a based guy. That motherfucker's based. Like God, I feel like I'm back in the nightclub with his baseness, boy. That shit is deep. So, but I respect it though. I respect all masculine men that's willing to stand forward and speak up for what's right for their countries and their families, man. So I'm definitely all about that. Shouts out to Alex Jones and the things that he does, when it comes to, standing up and speaking for the country. I mean, that dude there, man. Woo! That's my guy. They're turning the frogs gay. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my dude, man. I like me some Alex Jones, man. And to me, he's never really missed, Like I can't call him off on the things that he say and does. It's like, yo, you may hate the delivery. It may sound weird, but did he lie though? You know what I'm saying? Like, but did he lie though? He has the receipts. You can't do
Yeah.
nothing but respect that. And I appreciate that. You know, like he came some kid touching rings if you oh damn. Damn.
Are we talking Tommy or Alex there? Because I'm pretty sure Tommy. That's the thing. That's what I was going to say to touch on that, man. Is in a lot of folks forget that the UK is small comparatively, right? The
Right.
UK is I think smaller than overall the landmass of Florida, right? Tommy, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there are millions of people there, right? It's like it's all New York. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of
Shit.
countryside. So when immigration happens on the level it happens on there, it would be similar to it happening all in just the state of Florida, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when, Muhammad is the number one name for kids in Ireland being born right now, it's a society, a fabric of society destroying change happening so fast, right? And then I have a friend, we don't go into a little bit deeper here. I mentioned on the call in, I have a friend and she has family in London, and her cousin was actually attacked and assaulted by the gang rape stuff is happening.
Yeah.
And the problem is there's like no one to hold accountable. Like they get one, there are many people, they get one person and they may charge him, but then he never comes back and they don't really force the issue. And I
Mm-hmm.
think what Tommy was trying to say is, even though, maybe he wasn't coming out, is that this is okay with them. And the problem with that, and people just took it as he was attacking their religion. And I don't think he was attacking their religion so much as saying, you can't make laws against these folks doing this because to them and their culture, this is okay to do.
This is okay to
And
do.
so the
Yeah.
problem is their culture coming in, and it's a culture clash because if you say these are not our laws, they say we don't abide by your laws. And he's
Mm-hmm.
saying that's the issue. And a lot of their laws and traditions we consider horrible or barbaric. And I think that's what he was trying to say, but he was saying it in a way that shut a lot of people down. I roll with Tommy too now. And the fact that he stayed in and he stayed in the chat and argued and had a debate with Goldstein in the chat. So
See,
can
I'm mad I
you
missed
believe
that,
this
bro.
big shocker? Goldstein called him an op. Go figure. That Goldstein never does that to anyone ever. So,
Never,
it's just not like him.
never. He's an
But anyway,
insurgent,
yeah, of course. But
Oh
that's
man.
my 2 cents on that, man, is that Tommy is fighting a good fight. And if they try to kill you, if you're one of the most censored men on the planet, if you're not allowed to go across borders, you're bringing some truth with you. You are dangerous to the wrong people or the right people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
that's my one take on that. So Alex is back. Alex talked about he was on Tucker. What did
Mm-hmm.
you think of that interview, man? What were some of your takes from that?
Man, that interview was so great. I had to watch that bitch twice. Right? Because man, he was saying some things. Bro, I don't even know where to even start. Like if you haven't watched AJ on Tucker Carlson, I suggest you go back and like listen to it from the very beginning and just like enjoy some wine, maybe a good mixed drink, maybe light up a blunt, get you a notebook, and like just jot down some of the things that he was saying. One of my favorite takeaways, and like I was with my brothers this weekend and I was stressing this. Like it was so funny. They are stressing. I find it hilarious, right? He talked about how the Klaus Schwabs and the WEFs are talking about how white men are the biggest terror threat to the world and to America, and then we have to do something about it, right? But this is coming from old white men, right? So like while they're trying to point it at, people like you, people like my frat brothers, who aren't doing anything wrong. They're just a country people. Like, like Alex was saying, you're just the people who are living in the country who are moving out and trying to protect your family, right? And they're turning everybody against you. At this point, we have to show, hey guys, you know what? WEF, Klaus Schwabs, and all them talking about the old white men, that are there, that's a problem and something has to be done. They're absolutely correct. But I'm gonna tell you who the problem is. Problem ain't us people living out here in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, not bothering nobody. The problem is them. They're the ones who telling you can't own gas stoves. They're the one who telling you that your car that was perfectly fine is no longer good, is null and void, and now you have to get an electrical car. They're the ones who telling you that your daughter needs to go to the bathroom with a grown man and it's perfectly okay because, man, he feels like a woman, you know? They're the ones who are causing these issues. So you're right. It is white men that is the biggest terror threat to your life, but it's not me, white man. Nope, it's not us living out here in the country, white man. I'm not saying that I'm a white man. I am not getting my Candace Owens on. I am a proud black man. I just want y'all to know I'm not being Candace Owens. I'm just talking in verbiage as white guy. Because they'll do it. They'll cut it. Hey, Pro said it. Pro called himself a white person. Nope. Not gonna do it. I'm the right person, not the white person. Let's get it right,
Bro. Like 70s and 80s, being white was awesome, but right around mid 90s, we start. Our last good run was Fred Durst and Eminem. That was that was when we were still running stuff, and then from there, we
I heard
played our
Fred
hand.
Durst is going to doing shows now, and he's popping out in cowboy boots and a cowboy hat, bro. Like I heard that just yesterday, so I need to find out. Hey, listen, I'm with it. I would love to go to a Limp Bizkit concert, bro. Like Limp Bizkit was my shit. You feel me? Limp Bizkit, Linkin Park, Gorillaz, Sum 41. Like, listen, those System of a Down, those are my guys. So
Kid Rock.
Can't forget the American Badass. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, Alex really hit on, he talked about that. And I think we need to hit home on that. I think also one of the major points that he said that, and I'm torn with this right now myself, moving out to the country to protect ourselves and protect our families. And in doing that, allowing them to gain more of a stronghold of the cities, right? They're gaining the cities, which in turn are pushing the legislation, which is in turn spreading out and coming and getting us out in the country areas. We have to find a better work-life balance of being out in the country and being able to handle and spread the message out in the city. That was one of the big things that I, took away, because I'm battling with that myself. You feel me? I got acreage. I want to move. I want to just leave the city and say, forget it. But then at the same time, if I do that, then what's going to happen, right? Like, what's really going to happen to my city? What's going to happen, to my family? And how long before they actually reach out and touch me in the country? So, that was a major thing that I took from it all. That was like something that really stuck to me that I fucked with hard.
Absolutely. And speaking of that, man, it's, me and my wife don't have kids. We're not going to have kids. It's not in the cards. You know what I mean? Medically. We talked about adopting, and we still might eventually, but we feel like we are, like I'm that dude, if we're going to send somebody into the city, if we're going to send somebody, who can take his licks and speak up for what he believes in and ain't scared, you have to have somebody who isn't necessarily going to be, playing scared. And Ken Hotep moving to the country, gonna get me moving to the country, gonna eat a lot of peaches.
Hey man, come on down to Georgia, bro.
In a can. Don't get me started on PUSA. Anyway, I'm that dude, bro. Anyway, so I saw them live with Everclear, by the way. That was the reign of the three-piece badass bands, which Everclear, right now, I will bust out one guitar and play I Will Buy You a New Life. It's one of my favorite. I will buy you a garden. Anyway, so we will get it on one night. But anyway, can't be worse than Tim Pool when it comes to music. But let's get me off topic.
Woo! Yeah, both.
He's
so
terrible.
About...
Tim Pool's band is terrible. All love to Tim Pool. I think he's good at what he does. I think that people hate on him not understanding the man has to feed a news cycle. And so there's some stuff he's going to say that's maybe silly, overblown, because he's still got to keep his clicks. He's got a family to feed, and he feeds them by getting traffic on the internet. But man, he was the first dude to sleep on a bench with a phone, and he grinded his way to where he is. True story. So, respect to him, even though he, he's kind of a blowhard, and
it needs to stop saying that, the election wasn't stolen. He needs to stop saying that shit.
Yeah. I wonder, though, if the same people that tell him he's good at music told Ron DeSantis to run for president. You know what?
Yep. Same
it's like
people.
It's that gassing.
Same office.
It's like we gonna make a lot of money off this dude. You know what I mean? They're gonna
Mm-hmm.
move, trying to move the hood to the countries and
No,
bring money
that's it.
back to the cities. Yeah.
That is, yo, put that on the screen. Put that on
Done.
screen.
Done.
That is mad truth. Mad truth. I'm watching it happen right now in my city, right? You have a lot of these people who got big money who are coming down, buying up the bandos, buying up the traps, making it more expensive for the hood to live in the hood, and the cheapest place for them to go is out in the counties and out into the deep country. That's
Right.
literally what's happening on the cityscapes right now. And I hate to say I find it funny, but I have to say I find it funny because I was screaming this from the holy mountaintops here in my city, and it's happening. And there were a few people who got on board and handled business, and then it was other ones who just shucked and jived. And I was here, and they're like, "Oh shit, Pro's right. Tap 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 tap. Hey man, can you? What am I supposed to do? What you were supposed to do? You were supposed to do when Trump was in office, right? What you were supposed to do, because I've been saying this since Obama was in office. You're supposed to be doing when Obama was in office, and you didn't listen. Now you're basically shit out of luck. I'm sorry, guys. You're shit out of luck. It's get yourself together. You're going to move out to the county. You know, they're getting ready to build. They're building a new Hyundai Meta plant. Bro, when I tell you this plant is huge, this motherfucking plant's huge. This motherfucker big, large, bro. All the people who are moving out to the country, they're going to figure out some kind of way to get them to work on the assembly line, and they're going to be working in those assembly lines, and they're going to be outside the city limits. And all the rich people who are coming from New York, who are selling their houses for millions of dollars, they're coming down here and they're getting the houses. You know, they're buying 2-3 houses at the price that they sold the house up in New York, or they're offering 40, 50, 60 over, asking price, 100 in some cases over asking price. And they're taking the rest of the money and they're using it as a nest egg. And that's just things that we in the hood just can't compete with. Just can't compete with it. So they're moving the hood out into the counties and they're bringing their money back in the city. That's what they're doing.
That's funny anecdote to that. I was in a business meeting and I forgot my income level for a brief moment. And we were talking about goals for next year, right? And I was like, man, I think I'm going to do good enough. And, I want to get a Hyundai Santa Cruz. And I don't know if you know what that is. It's like a Santa Fe, but it's like a El Camino, basically. You know what I mean? Defeated to my white trash vibe. You know what I mean? I'm going to play Black Crows and Skinner out of it, so. But it's for gear, right? So it's like, it's got like a full car. Then it's got a truck bed in the back. You know what I mean? And they're about, the one I want's like $60,000, which to me is not a cheap vehicle, but and then I was sitting there, was like, what? They were like, oh, what, for like hauling stuff? And the dude was like, yeah, I just bought a new Lexus LS27 or whatever the hell it was, LX. And I was like, oh, great. Yeah. No, absolutely. We're going to trade the Ford Explorer in, so my wife loves the small sporty cars. So whatever she's trying to spend, not telling anybody she drives a VW Bug, a 2016 VW Bug, but yeah, so yeah, man. But I'm just saying, if Hyundai's coming through, you can get me a deal on a Santa Cruz. Holler at your boy. You know what I mean? So it absolutely drives up housing prices. I was going to ask you, where do you think, or how do you feel, the 15-minute city solution plays into this topic and and what we're dealing with here?
Oh, it plays major. Like, that's their move. That's what they want to do. They want to do the 15-minute cities. That is their mission. Yeah. And we just have to interrupt it if we're going to interrupt it. Earlier it was said that the cities are lost. I don't know. They could very well be lost, but then there's also an opportunity that, they can be found. There are some people who really want to wake up. It's just, as I was saying earlier about being with, the particular community, it had to be this way. These people had to see it break down this way right here for them to actually wake up and say, okay, you know what? Enough is enough. I don't want to do this anymore. Let's do something else, which is what I found so awesome in Friday Night Flights this past Friday when I was reading the platforms of both the D party and the R party. The R's platform, they literally called it a guidebook, if you would, into like saving a country, saving yourself, saving your family. And it really was a walkthrough. I think we're
That
going
was
to need more
amazing, by the way.
things like that. Thank you, man. Thank you. I felt like it was very preachy. It was very lecturish, that episode. But I think it was a episode that we definitely needed. We had to go through some reading, and we had to, show people the way.
Speaking of that's if to anybody listening, man, if you're into it, his podcast, a lot of times you do want to listen to twice, just because there's so much information coming at you. And then what's cool is you were showing the documents too. You know what I mean? And allowing us to look. A lot of that stuff was mind blowing. But even if you just get to listen once, it's Friday Night Flights on Yumble, on Rumble and YouTube.
Did the Fusion, man, Dragon Ball Z Fusion?
And I think they can still find it at moment on your Facebook still.
Yeah, so it'll always be on Facebook. So it's going to be everywhere. Wherever it touches live, that's where it's going to stay. I don't go through that. Oh, I'm going to take it down, and you're only going to go over here and get it. Like, no, I'm not there. If it touches it, it's there. So it lives on X. It lives on Facebook. Friday Night Flights. It lives on YouTube, and it lives on Rumble. So
cool.
All of them are there.
It's just important, man. I mean, that stuff really is the kind of thing that unites us. Education unites us. That's why they want to keep us stupid, right? So, and you drop that education. And at the end of the day, what are you standing for? And it's like, well, I'm standing for this. Why? If I can beat you with an easy, well, this is in checkers. I'm playing checkers and beating you, So,
right.
And I think that's a lot of reason why, if you are standing strong for conservative viewpoints, and you've lost people in your family or friends, good for you, man. It's okay, because you're right. And that's why they have to cut us out, because I bet you would be willing to talk to anyone at any time about it. You, the most far left, blue haired, you know what I mean? Che Guevara t-shirt wearing dude. You'd sit down and have a full on conversation anytime. Yep. Exactly. He wouldn't with you. He'd have to shut you out to hold down what he's doing. You know what I mean?
It happens.
So
it has happened to me, to where I have been so willing to go, because typically it's the liberals that do the social reach out events, right? They're doing the things that the people, really need, and we want to be a part of. The food drives, the coat drives, the job fairs, whatever the case may be. They're typically the ones who do it. And I love it, because I love my people. So I'm going to go there. But when I show up and I'm in my black and yellow hoodie, you know what I'm saying? I'm still being the good guy that I am. I'm not destroying anything. I'm not causing anybody anything. Like, the worst thing that you can point out is that on the bottom right-hand side of my hoodie, it says F Antifa. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only thing but you got to really be like searching me up and down. Like, if you're looking that low on me, like, you're either a kid, and even then it says F Antifa. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't say the word. It's F Antifa. So
also F Antifa. So yeah.
Right. That's the move. Like, I don't care if you have a problem with it,
If I walk into any establishment, or you walk into an establishment and I see that, I'm buying your appetizer and or first drink. All right, because thank you. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Absolutely. And that's the stance in the world. But they've literally, we don't want, he needs to not be here. Have him leave. And they'll come up and they'll, I had true story. A friend, a good friend, came to me, and she had an event and had it on, and someone felt some type of way, and she was like, yeah, don't ask me to change my hoodie or anything. It's just like, yeah, you're going to have that on. I'm going to, can you leave? Because, people, I'm like, what the fuck did I do? You feel me? I'm like, I'll leave. But when I leave, the sound equipment is going with me. And this is like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. But
leave your own party, basically, or a party you had a big hand in putting up.
I'll take my ball and go on. You know what I'm saying? I will take my ball and leave, just because of a black and yellow hoodie. And I had to hit her, and I said, I had to ask her. I was like, ma'am, I ain't gonna say her name. I'll just say ma'am, right? I assisted you in the putting together of this, making sure certain sound and equipment and whatnot is here, making sure that I'm there on my expertise to make this go the way it's supposed to go. I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't winded anybody and said anything. I haven't even brought this up. I'm just wearing a damn hoodie because it's cold outside. You mean to tell me that my hoodie is offending someone's feelings so bad that you would be poised to come and ask a friend to take his ball and go home because they're hurt because of some colors or some letters on a damn hoodie? Is this where we are? Honestly, how does that sound? We're out here doing this event, gathering neighbors together. We're celebrating neighbors in the community and diversity and all this crap. But here it is. I'm a black man. Now, I'm a black man in this. I am diverse as diverse can get. And you're going to come to me with this? She had to walk away from me for a second. I was quite a few minutes. I think like 30 minutes or so she came back because I'm like, I ain't going nowhere. And I dare you to call the popo.
Fair.
And let's see how this goes. And she came back and was like, you know what, you're so right, Pro, and I'm sorry. I don't even know. I was like, no, you let triggered little snowflakes. Now you got me using the words, right? Because now they're applied here. These people just melted and you don't know how to respond to it instead of saying, hey, no, there's nothing going on. What did he do? Did he say something to you? Like it was none of that. I'm not going with it. And if that's the world that y'all live in, you take that shit over there. But when I step up in the building, understand this goes back to, 2007, 2006, 2004 world. That's what this is.
Right. And you put your heart into it. And here's the thing. Instead of asking you that, they should go, hey, man, that's bothering some people. Why? Why do you think that's bothering people? Right. And then you get a chance at least. And that's even a bit accusatory, but they're not telling you to get the F out. At least they're giving you a chance, even a little, because telling you to get the F out and saying you're evil or you're bad or whatever you're representing, I don't want around me. At least going, why are you offending folk? You can go, well, man, they don't really understand this, or they've been told this because they haven't done a simple Google search or whatever the case may be, man. So,
or they've done too much simple Google searching. And the guy standing in front of you has clearly blown up everything that Google has told you. Clearly.
That's accurate too. That's absolutely Don't play that photo for me. Which that excites me, man. By the way, side note, I just saw today, Valentine's Day, February 14th, the Bob Marley movie is coming out, full on theaters and stuff. So I'm excited about that, dude. I love me some reggae. So
I'm gonna have to check that trailer.
And I'm talking reggae like, do you know Toots and the Maytals? I hate it when I say I love reggae and people are like, Bob Marley and then his son, Kaimani, and it's like, and then isn't there a Steve Marley or something there's
listen, bro, there's Marleys. You feel me? But
there are Marleys, but there's also the Twinkle Brothers. There's Sir Coxsone. There's Toots and the Maytals, who's probably my actual favorite. I mean, you love Bob because you love Bob, but Toots and the Maytals, the song Funky Kingston. Hey, I want you to believe every word I say. It's a great song.
Yeah. So so here's the thing, right? I listen, right? I couldn't name many artists, and it's bad on a DJ. I'm sorry, whatever. But I just enjoy, like, I'll go to a station and just play it and just listen. Couldn't tell you. Unless I turn on Shazam, you know what I'm saying? Could not tell you who the heck is playing. You feel me? Because I'm just enjoying the great music. I have a partner. Shouts out to Ross Jamal, Royal Ethiopian Sounds, right? He's a DJ partner of mine. He comes in, he DJs every third weekend when I'm out on River Street. Reggae DJ. And be with the vibes. You feel me? Straight with the vibes. Couldn't tell you who's playing unless I pull out Shazam. But it's great music. Like, those are the vibes for me. So, like, look, completely understand about that life. Sir, there's nothing wrong with enjoying reggae, especially when you get to roll up a nice, fatty and partake in the awesomeness. Get on the levels.
I forgot the name of the band that sings it, but their song, If you continue to burn down my herb, I'm gonna burn up your cane field. And it's like that's because if you've been there, you get it. You know
Right,
the
right.
sugar literal plantations. They still call them sugar plantations. Also a big thing in Maui too. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, man, it's that's good stuff there. That's
Plantation, still
yeah,
a plantation, still a plantation, man.
yeah. That's
Speaking of plantations, how about that GTA plantation?
yeah. What did you okay, what did you yeah, man. Let's get into it because I've only seen the videos. I'm not really a gamer.
Right.
Have you played it yet? And I know
Oh man,
we,
no,
want
it's
to
not
talk about
out
this.
yet. It's just a
Oh,
trailer. It's
dang.
just a trailer, man.
Just that's all I'm saying.
We're stuck on GTA 5 and GTA Online for the foreseeable future. Okay. But it's cool because we have a new update that's getting ready to drop. It's right. We're getting in Christmas and they usually drop a Christmas update in December. This one is going to be pretty big, especially since they introduced GTA 6. There's probably going to be a pretty big DLC that's about
Right.
to come with our December drop update. So I'm very interested in that. I am happy. I am happy with what I see from GTA 6, right?
Hell yeah.
Um, because it's the essence of Florida, man. Like they literally like caught the essence of Florida. So like I am ready to see this. And supposedly there's like a far right militia in this as well. Yeah, there's like Haitian gangs, far right militias, all kind of crazy stuff, man. So I am really interested in this, and knowing GTA, like knowing GTA is what GTA is, and seeing like you got this chick who's out of jail and she's getting with her dude. Clearly, GTA is going the way of the heist, right? So it's definitely been heist
Yeah.
and it's always been heist and robberies and craziness, but like they're in the age of the heist now, so they're going to build up on that. There's going to be a lot of future stuff involved in it, and she is going to be working with, I'm pretty sure, the Haitians, the right wing militias, the Latinos, or whatever, like it's going to be like Miami. I don't like doing street stuff in real life because it puts me in an opportunity to where I can actually be a slave. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and I don't
Yeah.
want to be a slave at all.
Yeah.
So I'd rather do it on the game. Like that's as close as Ready Player One that I want to be, is actually having. Oh man, listen, I don't even want to talk about the wiggling asses, bro. That it is crazy. It is so real.
Coming from the man who just let Laura Logan's milkies all over his podcast Thursday night, just letting them happen. Thank
Just
you,
there.
Cannon. Just,
Shouts out to Laura, man.
yeah, she
Shouts
can.
out to yeah, it
She's South
is.
African. You know what I mean? I
Is
think,
she?
regardless of your skin tone, if you're, if you got that African blood in you, you know what I mean? Rock on. So,
But does she? Does
well, she's South
she?
African. They say she's South African. So, you know what I
Well,
mean?
that's
So,
just the land. That's just where she was born. The blood comes from other places. I don't
are we,
know.
we
I
gonna
got
get
the
lineage here? Look,
yeah,
okay,
man.
look.
That's
If
yeah.
she's white and she's in South Africa, she comes from oppressors. That's just how it works. Okay,
Okay.
I'm
All right.
sorry.
All right.
There's no
I guess.
arguing.
I
So
guess on paperwork, if we're going by paper, I guess she's a paper pledge, maybe. Who
yeah,
knows? But
that's
yeah, man, the ass is like the fact that they made that so realistic. Like, did y'all have to like it was real the whole move was realistic, bro. I'm so proud of what they did with the real engine with PlayStation. It's only gonna be future console too. So it doesn't seem as though it's gonna back gen. So it's not gonna be on PS4, from what I understand. And it's only unless it's a later release on PS4. It could possibly be a late release on PS4. But they're only doing it on PS5 and Xbox new series consoles. They don't even have a dang on PC version of the game being released. So they're really
that's
milking for the
surprising.
money on this.
Yeah.
And then they also, now this is what bothered me with GTA 6. Take-Two Interactive wants to play around with the idea of pay as you play.
Ooh.
And we're talking about a game that's like hours upon hours upon hours upon hours upon hours
Months.
of
Yeah.
play. You know, you want to charge us to play? You want to see us quit playing real quickly? You know what I'm saying? There you go. Like we already got the drop that's coming out on PS5. We're already going to have to drop $80 to $100 to get the game. Then we're going to have, we're going to play a little bit of the storyline. But if you know GTA now, like I know GTA now, it's all about the online life, bro. It is online. This is where we are with it. So bro, it's
Uh,
already there.
bro,
It's
I
already
don't know.
there.
I don't know if you could call me a nerd, but anyways, but
Bruh.
the other stuff, you know what I'm kidding.
Bruh.
Uh, well, I mean, look, if you're gonna whack it to something, right? I mean, whatever gets the job done, 2 and 2. I mean, we're busy, so it's there.
Do
Like,
better.
I think well, fair. Do
Do better.
that's
You
fair,
can,
but
you can at least go on Brazzlers or goddamn on
I have no idea what you're talking about. My wife is listening. I don't even know what you're talking about. So anyway,
it's in all the
back to
movies.
church.
It is Sunday, you can talk
And
about the
it's,
good things like McCarthy getting out of
keeping
here.
comedy, man. I got a, yeah, I got I got kind of a bone to pick with you, man, and your guy, man. I know you're very Trump, but why are
Okay.
you trying to elect a dictator? You know what I'm saying? Why are you trying to put a dictator in, man? What
I
did
think
you see that? Did you see
yes,
that?
I heard about it. I'm going to watch the video when I leave. I did not see that video, but I heard him. People are very hot about that, but it's cool. You know why I'm cool with that? I'm telling you why I'm cool with that. Because maybe during that one day of dictatorship, I can get the platinum plan. One day of dictatorship, man, I get the platinum plan. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I'm the cool. People who are scared, if y'all feel like he gonna put y'all on the plane and send you back to Africa, listen, good luck. All right. He's invited me to the White House. He's put me on multiple commercials. Listen, he knows my black ass when he sees my black ass. I'm just gonna go, hey dog, platinum plan me. Platinum plan me. Platinum plan me.
You will be one of the few chosen. Yes.
The
Well,
few, the proud.
I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret that you may already know. Here's the thing, man. There's kind of two kinds of white folk: those that like black people and those that don't. It's just that simple. And I don't mean in a good or bad way. I just mean that, like, the style, the flavor, the like, okay, for instance, I cannot stand country music. I come from Oklahoma. It's supposed to be in my blood. This is Garth Brooks and Toby Keith. I can't. No, just no. But I love R&B. I love soul. I love funk. I have since I was a kid. Right. This is just who I am. Right. No shame in the game. So there are white folk that like black folk. And there are white folk that just don't prefer black folk. Right. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't necessarily mean they're bad people. They're just not their style. Same thing with everybody, right? There are black and Mexican folk that and vice versa. So Trump likes black folks. You know what I mean? He just does. You can see
Always
like
have.
hanging out. Yeah.
Always have.
When he was a liberal, he hung around a lot of black folks. Jesse Jackson loved him. Who's what's his name? Hair Jordan. The Reverend Al Sharpton. Sorry, I call him Zach Brown.
Hair Jordan. Yeah. Yeah. But see,
but he loved him. So
I feel you, man. I'm like Cannon, bro. I listen to everything you listen to, but I also listen to country. You feel me? I listen to country, so I love country so much. Jason Aldean and Kid Rock is doing the Rock the Country tour. I'm on my way.
Okay, so I love Kid Rock, but he's not country. He's not. You're right, I love Kid Rock,
but Jason Aldean and a few of the other, lower ticket performers, they are. Look, I'm with Kenny. Give me some Zach Brown. You know what I mean? I'll take some Morgan Wallen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll do that. And bro, I just found a ass of black country artists. I will send them to you, bruh.
I know Charlie Pride. That's about it. I know Charlie Pride.
It's this one girl. I can't even think of what this girl name is right now. She a little baddie. I'm like, oh snap. And you sang in country too. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
good.
man. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like I said, man, we took country rap. So that's just one more thing we took from y'all. So
That's
let's
all
get
right.
some black country
Yeah,
singers. You
we
know what
finna
I
take
mean? Let's
country. You feel me? Because you already know whatever we touch, we dominate. You know what I'm saying?
well, I
So
want it
listen.
because I don't like it as it stands. You know what I mean? So, but I like, you know what I mean? I like classic. I like I said, Edwin Starr. Man, I can't get
Mm,
over Edwin Starr. Most people I say Edwin Starr, they're like, who? I'm like, the dude who did War. What is it good for? And I like the sound of funky music. I love, in fact, I was just watching some old Zapp and Roger stuff. And
word.
Roger was talking about the talk box and messing around with it. You know what I mean? Computer love. Well, it's the jam. I love that stuff, man. So that old funky stuff I love. And then, classic rock. So Beatles, Led Zeppelin, uh Guns N' Roses, stuff like that. But country, man. And I love, okay, so the Black Crows, one of my favorite
Mm-hmm.
bands, country blues rock. That's as close as Skinner. I'll do Skinner with
Yeah.
you. We can go see some Skinner,
When you just get it, okay. All right.
I've seen
I
them
like
live a couple times, but
I
yeah,
like it all, man. Like I like music. I'm a band head. You feel me? I'm out of the band.
yeah.
I'm out of the church choir. I marched in high school. I played in middle school. I sung in middle school too. So I like music, and as long as it's sonically put together properly, bro, let's go. Let's
Yeah,
go.
I hear you. I hear you.
Now if it's
I can't stand
yeah, I want none of that.
that's kind
Want
of,
none of
I
that.
prefer that to I hate folk. Like retarded
Yeah.
country. Like it's like if you took country and made it have sex with its cousin and have a baby, that's folk, like that's the music. I mean, how many sisters have gotten pregnant to folk music? And that's all I can hear when I hear it. It's in the sound of incest. You know what I mean? I can't do it, bro. I'm not with the folk. So it, I'm
This nigga said the
just
sound of incest, bruh.
just just ball slapping against his sister's
I don't want to think
ass.
about that. I
Just,
don't want to think about
I'm
that. I don't
sorry.
want to think about that. Oh god.
We
Oh
gonna
god.
make a two-headed baby, Mildred. Oh,
I'd rather watch Ballers than think about that. Okay, or excuse me.
fair,
What is
fair,
it?
fair,
Lady
fair.
Ballers. Yeah.
I just wanted you to know why I hate folk. Not,
I
you know what I mean? I
understand.
wasn't trying to.
Listen.
I'm kidding.
Now you're giving me a reason to hate folk. You're giving me that reason now.
Anyway, okay. Well, and that's But back to Trump and why I love what he did is because he was the original the original political troll.
Mhm.
He was the first one to really figure out it's just as important sometimes to piss people off as it is to tell them what they want to hear or even to be honest, right? So
Mhm.
he's like, I'll be a dictator for it. Now he knows exactly what's going to happen when it. Do you think Donald Trump is not understanding what's going to happen when he said, of course, he knows
Of
exactly
course he
what's going to
does.
happen.
Of
And
course
he's like,
exactly
I
this.
want to drill, and I want to build a wall. And then Saturday night, he goes to the Young Republicans in New York and is like, yeah, said I want to be a dictator and I will be on day one because drill, and build the wall. And they were like, yeah. And I'm like, yes, fight me, bro. Let's
Right.
go. You know what I mean? Yeah, So
It's lame duck
anyway,
now, baby. We're straight lame duck
it's
president now, baby. 4 years. I don't have to worry about re-election. Bitches balls to the walls. What's up? And day one, I am dictator. And here's what I'm doing. Hey.
man. Okay, so up to you. It's 9:05, so we're already 5 minutes over. Man, I have fun with you, brother. And I was really nervous because I think I'm getting really excited about this, and I was like, remember to relax. You're with protocol, bro. Just do your part, and you're good. I'm lucky. I'm blessed, man. Thank you.
Hey man,
But
this is
I got one more thing I kind of want to
this
hit, but it's
Jordan and
intense. Do you
Pippen.
want to call it? Yeah, exactly.
Nah,
Hell
man,
yeah.
we don't have to call it, man. We don't have to call
Dre
it.
and
I ain't
Slim,
got,
but
bro.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, cool,
let's
man.
get it.
Because I got one last one that's kind of deep, kind of interesting. It's a confusion for me, and because once again, because of your original point of view and your genius level articulation, I just want to throw it out there and get your thoughts and where you stand on it. And that is one. Uh, uh, okay, so Donald Trump is president. We'll take that as just that, right? Coming up,
Mhm.
two big things. One, if you go with the conspiracy theory, folks, he is a lock because they want to bring him in to usher in other things, and that we won't get into all of that. But that, the people in power want him to be the guy. And these are the same people that often believe no one becomes president without these people in power, save maybe for the anomaly that was Trump, on his first go round. Uh, okay. So that means Trump is in. Fair. Okay. So I'm not here to argue that. I'm saying, okay, valid point. Moving on. Next point. Okay. He's killing everybody in all the polls. You know what I mean? Like Trump, if it was just a fair, even, just a straight oh God, electoral college election right now, and it was just count the ballots, Trump's the dude. Undoubtedly. So there's that. So I can absolutely see that. Now we go on to people are saying there's not going to be an election. And that's the other part of it that concerns me. And honestly, for the first time, I mean, I heard Roseanne talking about it maybe 6 months ago on Michael Malice's show. And I was like, whatever. But I can see it for the first time ever, man. And honestly, I saw it during the debates. I was like, what are we? What I was, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, I think Joe had just come out and said some stupid shit as he does every day, but I forgot what it was. Oh, we're sending your kids to Ukraine if you don't give us money. That's really, bro? Really? Watch what happens. Are you crazy? Anyway, so Joe just did that. And then there's the elections. And then, on the other side, Trump is Hitler. And so you're like, I don't, you know what I mean? And then the white lung flu or whatever it's called coming in. And I'm like, I don't know if there's going to be an election. So how can it be Trump is a shoo-in, yet we're not going to have elections? So I want your opinion on this because I don't have, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
So I can understand and concur that there probably won't be an election. All right. Because he is a fucking shoo-in. They might F around and turn the lights out to prevent Donnie T from winning. Yo, he is a shoo-in. And these people can't allow it to happen, right? There are a lot of people who are like, oh, he's going to usher in, the CB, whatever. And I mean, we all know the 4 letters, right?
He's going to hear you say that.
Right. Oh, he can't say no. Look, I know it's CBDC, dude. I'm Mr. Crypto. I know. I know. No, I'm just saying it for for the Clippers out there. Oh, he couldn't say CBDC. No, dude, I am all in crypto, dude. I have 2 ledgers. 2.
I know. Man, so let me hold the Bitcoin till the end of the world, dog.
Now, what I don't have is a full Bitcoin, right? But I do have a lot of other coins. I got in, so I wanted to get into mining. Like I had a partner, like I got in, like I purchased a few coins. It was like, yo, this is cool, but mining is where it's at. Let me get over in mining. And then there was like no more graphic cards. It was like the graphic cards just like disappeared off the face of the earth, right? Because everybody was getting into freaking mining. So the gamers were mad, the miners were mad, and it was just crazy. But I do have a few of the other smaller coins, and I do got like a few little mining situations that I'm invested in. But anyway, that's where it's at. The mining is where it's at when it's in crypto. I do believe crypto is going to be a future. I don't think it'll be a CBDC. Nobody wants a CBDC, right? Nobody wants a CBDC. And if you pay attention to BRICS and what they have going on, they don't have anything centralized. Everybody keeps saying, oh, they're going to come up with a BRICS coin. It's going to be a BRICS coin. It's not going to be a BRICS coin. If anything, BRICS are going to come behind and say, hey, listen, our common denominator is gold, but we'll accept everybody's money because we're already moving, everybody's money together. We're an economic bloc, and we're just using our resources because it's all about the resources. The currency can be whatever the currency is. It's whatever resources is attached to the country where the currency is coming from. That is what makes the difference in everything. So,
case in point, Venezuela, wheelbarrows full of money. People forget that the currency is a representation of value, not actual value. Sorry, go ahead.
Not actual value. No, you're good. No, appreciate that.
Break that down for those of us that, went to junior college. So anyway, please go ahead.
So because that's where it is, like it's all in the focal point of actually having something to produce and put out there. And I think that's what Trump is going to do. I don't think there's going to be a CBDC or anything. I think what we may have, we'll get rid of the dollar for sure, right? We'll definitely get rid of the dollar. And I think it'll be more so, hey, what currency do you guys want to trade in? This is what we recognize. We recognize these currencies, but it's more so on the production. That's why, if we remember, one of the big things that he was hitting on was bringing the production back to America, which hits even harder on the point of what Cannon was saying about them, cutting out the lights. Because if you cut out the lights, then you cut out the production, So if we cut out production, then what worth do we have? We'll be back, in the Stone Ages, and our people cannot use their hands. Our
No.
people can't use their hands. So, that'll put us in a very, very bad position. So, and I think that's what they want. They want to put us in a bad position. They don't want America to be a superpower anymore. They've already said they don't want America to be a superpower. They want it to be in the hands of a few, select countries, and not into the hands of we the people. So I don't know what's going to
Okay.
happen,
To
but
speak
I do
on
feel scared.
to
of no
speak on the
election.
dollar going away, I recommend Trump coin. I want Trump as an astronaut and Trump as a cowboy. I think that should be the $100 and $500 denominations. Trump is an astronaut, 500 all day, 500.
Okay,
So the
okay.
Trump astronaut coin, come on, it's awesome.
On a Space Force
It's
rocket,
sorry, I had to do it.
Space Force on the front.
Yeah, hell yeah. Man, we got to bring Space Force back, bro. But that's a whole nother thing. Get Elon involved, whatever we got to do, man. That's good stuff for us. Because if nothing else, people can say this and that about space. And I know we didn't go to the moon and this and that, but it encourages engineers. It encourages
Mm-hmm.
actual rocket science. It encourages people to
Mm-hmm.
figure out ways to use combustible and non-combustible energies. And whether you're doing that for a spaceship where you can actually use that can help cities and and grids and things of that nature. So
Yeah,
I'm all for that kind of thing, man. So yeah.
but we got to
But
get
yeah,
there,
man.
man, because we might not have no
Trump.
power to get there.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So I see that people don't want CBDCs. There's a lot of pushback on that, and then I also think that uh, people forget governments are big, right? And even China, and it's very, it's sure under a communistic style government, it's way easier to align, right? Because it's very
Mm-hmm.
simple. It's what this guy says goes. We kill anyone else. Duh, done.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
that's why the conservative party is such a hard party to wrangle in, man. Because we've got, you know what I mean, John Brown gun club people who vote conservative, all the way over to libertarians, to Christian folk who don't want guns in their homes but are not again. So our thing is there's a lot more folks, right?
Mm-hmm.
So but so it's a little harder. However, China, that's a big government. They're running, everybody is not lockstep there. Any large country, they're not lockstep. And the people that are playing those power games, I feel like, have an idea that they're going to lose a lot of control if it goes to a CBDC. And not only that, everything's trackable. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They're involved in as much crime as we are. It's like, wait a minute, there was this much, and now this much is gone. Y'all had it. You know what I mean? Where did it go? And
Where
so I
did it
don't
go?
think they like that accountability on their end either. So
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll come eventually because, when you have power, oppression is sweet. The taste of oppression, power wants one thing, more power.
More
That's,
power.
yeah. So,
Yep.
that's that idea. So, if we don't have an election, or if you see us not having election, how do you think that works? As far as, do you think it would be a hardcore, they shut the lights out, they shut the electricity off? Do you think it's a war combined with white lung, combined with maybe Biden is super ill, so it's Kamala holding it down and we can't make the move right now? How do you see that happening?
I think all those are viable outcomes to look forward to happening. I don't know which way to go. I definitely see some kind of war possibly breaking out on this land. Um, Simply because, man, we're overdue for some type of fight happening in this land. What will make it happen? I really don't know. It could be them, they want Donnie T out the paint, as Cannon would say, right? They want him out the paint. So they will do anything to get him out the paint, even if it means, pulling a good deep state break glass, right?
JFK style, old school JFK style. Yeah. Right.
But if they did that, it'll wake up a whole faction of people, because you're going to have the MAGA folk are not going to take that lying down at all. And I think Alex Jones said it. They'll have a lefty take out Trump, and they'll have a righty take out Biden, and then have each other going, at each other's necks, right? I could see that happening.
Yeah.
And then when it happens, how will we wrangle them in? Because I've been, again, even though I know I'm 17 community all day long, they told us to trust the military. Those are one of those things where I don't trust the military, right? because Alex said it best. Like, I had been thinking this way, and then Alex said it in the interview with Tucker Carlson. A lot of our top brass, there's some good people in it, but a lot of the top brass are corrupted, and they're a part of this, this corrupt system, and they're not going to do the right thing. So which way would they go? So if, we always say, oh, the military is in control, the military is in control. Well, what part of the military is in control? If all these top generals are corrupted, are they who we want in control? Because if we do spiral out, they're the ones who are going to swoop back in and try and, contain things. But who are they going to contain it for? Are they going to contain it for the WEF? Are they going to contain it for the deep state? Or are they going to contain it so that we, the people, can do what we're supposed to do? I don't see the latter happening.
Yeah. How many times has the military swooped in and taken large control and it been good for the people, right? Once again, know them by their fruits. You know what I mean? It's just, that's never really worked out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So sort of like not making a statement on any actual conflicts going on, but I just find that, if you're waving swastika flags around and you're, you know what I mean, saying it's okay to call for the genocide of any race of people, check the fruits of the tree. You know what I mean? It's like, no matter how you feel about a situation, the people that are lining up with you in the past, who are those people? And how do we feel about them? And let's go from there. I'm just
That's it.
saying. So,
That's it.
Man, I'd much rather be on the side of patriots, hated patriots, rather than loved, turncoat, Marxist nasty. Anyway, man, I think the most important thing we can do is what we're doing now, which is getting the word out, getting the message out, letting people know. Quite honestly, man, on top of the pew pew situation, which absolutely learn to use a pew pew, get you a pew pew, absolutely. But in addition to that, man, for your health, for your mental, go to a local boxing gym. All of those guys are broke. Any guy running a boxing gym is not rich. He's trying to do something for the community. For 40, 50 bucks a month, you can go in, get a great workout, learn how to defend yourself in a basic way. If you're going to go to the protests, I'm trying to be very careful with what I say here. Let's just say that it is best for a man or a woman who is in any large crowded situation to know how to defend themselves properly. It's good to know how to do you don't have to be Bruce Lee. You don't have to be Arnold Schwarzenegger, but you would be surprised at, what a good 1-2 combo, a 1-2-3, 3-1-1 combo, and knowing how to do this at the right time can really help, especially because those Antifa dudes can't fight worth of nothing. Look at them. Let's run up. Let's go, Antifa. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? So it would be so fun. But anyway, I think that's the most important thing you can do. And then, man, I don't know. I just feel like if people are really anti-Trump, tell me why. Let's talk about it. Cool. Because I think he's learned lessons as well. And then I want to give a shout out to Junior. You know what I mean? So
Shouts out to Don J. Yeah. That's my man's. I like my dude. It's funny as hell. It's a funny guy.
And when it comes to coming forward, the election, taking care of yourself, what do you think people can do? What do you think a good idea, a good way forward should be?
Prep. I'm always going to say prep. Shouts out to my bros, Shaka, Shakur, and Big Dog Amaru. Man, prep. They've been saying it for years. I've been echoing and telling you, and I'm going to say it again. Get yourselves together. As bros say, know how to use your hands, know how to grow something, know how to at least fish. Get yourselves together, because there's definitely some hard times coming ahead, right? There's some hard times coming ahead, and I don't know what it's going to look like, but I, suggest that you prepare yourself in the best way possible to be able to handle this. And if that's you, getting good with the gun, getting good with your hands, getting good with growing food, getting good with sewing, knowing how to be a doctor, because understand this now, and this was said recently, and I must echo this. When it does hit the fan, there will be no doctors for you just to go to the office and check up on. You're going to have to know how to take care of yourself, or you're going to have to know somebody around you who can take care of you. So, that'll be a good asset. There it is. Tighten up on your assets. Lose the liabilities and tighten up on your assets. Whatever you feel like is going to make you better in the future, tighten up on that.
Okay, and I got a couple of follow-ups if you don't mind. Just
Let's
because once
go.
again, you're that guy, right? Your information is so valuable. First thing about that, if you're carrying debt right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say mortgage, couple cars, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that? Should people look into maybe getting more debt because it's hard to get, interest rates go down, or you feel like we're close enough to something heavy that you don't want to be on someone's ledger? Would just talk to me about carrying debt because you mentioned assets. What's your thought on that right now for folks?
Personally, I'm how I feel about carrying debt, bro. This shit's about to fail anyway.
See,
If
I
you can
agree. Get
put
that money,
yourself,
dog. Get
yeah,
that.
get bro. If you can, and that was the thing that Trump was doing that people didn't understand, right? Trump was putting the money and shit out there so that you could get the hard assets, so you could get the machines, so you can get the land, so you can get the building. So when the shit did fall, you had something that would make the new currency, whatever it is. Whatever it is. People are going to need diapers. The dollar doesn't work. That's fine. Here's the new thing. Or, hey, look, I know we ain't got no money. The thing's down bad. I need those diapers. I know I got collard greens and apples, and I got some chickens that lay eggs. I will trade you this in order to get those diapers.
Well, yeah, I got a mag of 9 milli bullets. You know
There
what I
you
mean?
go.
And
There
I
you
can get,
go.
and for that, I could probably get diapers and my fridge full of steak. You know,
Because that's important.
when
You
the fit
know?
hits the shan. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's
And that's where it is. So, you know, we when we move like that, you have that understanding of what an asset, like you truly break down what an asset is, right? Then you're good to go. I don't care about the debt personally. And that's just me. Other people will be like, oh man, listen, like you said, the ledger's not going to go anywhere. They don't, when this shit hit the fan, they're going to flush all this shit, right? And they're going to move with the actual on hand things that they can actually use. Saying that, hey, I got this debt that someone owes. You can go get it from them. Yeah, okay. You're going to run up on somebody and ask them about a debt, and they're really going to give you something. They're going to give you a debt that you wish that you never went and tried to cash in on. All right.
that to me. That's the way you do CBDC is you wipe the
Mm-hmm.
ledgers clean. Because
Yeah.
if you think it's the bank that's responsible for getting my money, that you know what I mean. It's on the bank's ledger, and they got to come after me to get it. That's their value. And if you're trying to shut down the banks, the way the Fed, the way that would work, right?
Mm-hmm.
You go, okay, yeah, no, whatever you owe that bank, don't worry about it. Now you're with CBDC. So you
Yeah.
don't have to pay them. Or, your tax assessed value on this is this much. That's all you owe is
Yeah.
the federal government tax assessed value on it. And then good, because the bank doesn't need to make profit anymore because it doesn't exist. And then
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be really hard to not be like, well, let me just click, let me get logged in. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's going to be a challenge. And we talked about that. I definitely want to go deeper into a barter economy thought process with you. And then from assets and that type of thing, my other thought there, as far as being ready and prep and knowing value, what how does crypto play into it? What are some good investments, right? So, because I know it's tricky, right? Meaning, okay, I have $5,000 to invest. Oh, but the entire economy is going to crash. So I'm going to have, 5,000 useless green pieces of paper, right?
Right.
But I want to invest in something. Is crypto what you would recommend more than maybe a hard good or just as
Not,
good? Or what's
not
your thoughts on
I'm going for hard goods.
that? Okay.
I would suggest, if you can put a little bit over in the crypto, but
Mhm.
I would put more on hard goods, water purification, seeds, ammo, maybe clothing, something to make clothing, something that is a good hard good, right?
Oils, I'm not playing about oils, WD-40s,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
kind of
yeah. The
stuff, man.
lubricants,
Yeah.
yes, those types of things that are going to be needed by people. Those are things to invest in because places are closing. Look at these stores. These stores are shutting down. These stores are going bankrupt. And that's where we get the stuff. We have pushed ourselves into no longer being mom and pop oriented, we go to these big boxes and we allow the mom and pops to get shut down while the big boxes thrive. And then the big boxes get shut down or they shut down. And guess what? There's nobody with the money to open a mom and pop shop anymore. They're gone. So now where are you going to get stuff from?
Or the big boxes, the Walmart play, they crank up their prices. And you know what I mean? It's like you got nowhere else to go. So now we're twice the price of what? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then they close out and then everybody else is destitute or they were, Amazon. Do you know there are, I think, between here and they call it Texoma area, and that's from Oklahoma City to Dallas, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of its own little area. We got towns going back and forth. That's our Chitlin circuit for comedy and music. You know what I mean? There's smaller bars you play till you get to big time Dallas and big time Oklahoma City, and you're playing these small towns where they're stacking homeless. Some of these towns I go through and I'm like, geez, I'm glad I'm white. I would hate to get pulled over in this town if I wasn't. So anyway,
nothing but
seriously,
yeah, nothing but trouble.
So in the Texoma area, I lost my thought. In the Texoma area, where was I going? Sorry, I got off of the comedy area. In that area, resources, drilling. Anyway, yeah, which is what I wanted to get back to. The oils and the prepping and that kind of thing there. Like you said, that kind of stuff. Golly, I had a good point that I just lost because I started thinking about comedy and touring, and I literally played a place. There's no sign on it. There's no, it's a biker bar, full on biker bar, biker, full on smoke in there, cloud of smoke, you're coughing. Anyway, that's how you do it when you're young and you try to make it happen. So
you gotta make it happen.
But anyway, man, I wanted to get those questions out. People are blowing us up. That means we are doing good. Awesome.
That's right.
Yeah, man, they're showing us the love, and Cannon is in. Is there anything you want to leave the folks with, man? I think I'm about wrapped, man. Did you have anything else that we didn't get to or cover?
No, I don't think so. I think we hit everything. Yeah, we pretty much hit everything. We'll go deeper on a few other things, especially the election and Juneteenth. Probably do that next week.
That's what I wanted to say. Is coming soon, possibly next week, for our show, man. And we're gonna do a deep dive, maybe a little less comedy, but really, what I want to do is just do a deep dive with you on your experience, the people that you're going through. I want to call their names out. Maybe if they have Indiegogos or GoFundMe campaigns, we can get that information out there and we can let people know what they may not know from a firsthand experience, from somebody who, you were extremely close. I know the whole story won't give it away, but you were extremely close to the situation and very, very well could be where, some of your friends are illegally incarcerated over some bull stuff. So yeah, man, that's I look forward to doing that deep dive with you. I look forward to working with you all the time, my man.
As always, man. You. The show's always great, man. Appreciate everybody for watching and liking. If you're on the streams, whether it be the YouTube, whether it be on Rumble, on either or, Protocol or PT Pod, right now, press the like button. All right. And when you press the like button, turn around and press the share button, right? Let everybody know that this dope ass podcast is on with White Mike, aka Fresh Mike, and your boy Protocol, aka that nigga don't know when to shut up. And let folk know, man, that it's just greatness, man. We got great education, great deep dives, comedy, because it's a comedian and a class clown, together. Were you a class clown too?
Yeah. Well, actually, I was a bad kid. You
was the bad kid.
Yeah.
Okay. So the bad kid and the class clown. I did my work, but I was a class clown. I got in trouble. I talked too fucking much. I still talk too much now. It is what it is. Anyway, though, press the like, man, and get the people here, man, because they don't want us on Facebook. That's why we're not there. We're rumbling on Rumble. They really don't want us on YouTube. We're going to get together and figure out either one of us got a copyright strike by the end of this or any type of strike for talking about the wrong things, dealing with YouTube, and get over on Rumble.
Yeah,
man.
I'm blasting on Facebook currently because I want to see how far they're gonna let me go before they get on me. Right? They've already stopped me from doing certain things, but I want to see if you know what I mean. I want to see how far they're gonna let me go, and then yeah, man, copyright strike. I'll play this and then maybe just on Rumble. But this is I'm gonna try to do something here. That is up reggae. Can you play some? You got to teach me. By the way, you got to teach me how to do all the fun stuff that you do with your show. Yeah, so we can do the like with
Oh yeah.
the scrolling at the bottom and that kind
Okay.
of stuff.
Oh yeah,
That kind of stuff. So
it's real simple. It's over on the
because I
side. It
want us
says
to do a cool
banners.
card.
Yeah. We'll get the banners. We'll get that going,
Yeah, we've been
man.
going
We'll get
so long enough.
Actually, we're going to end up going. I'm going to get you over in OBS. It's going down. This is going to be awesome. Can you hear me?
Can you hear that?
No. What's playing? What is it?
Hold on. Let me see here.
Shouts out to Cheryl Grant.
Hold on. Let me try that. See that?
I want you to believe every word I say. I want you to believe.
No volume on it.
It's going in and out. I don't know, but I hear it. I'm gonna play it when I get done. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
man.
don't
know. It was just fun. Also, I just saw how to do that, so I just figured out how to do that. Also, Cheryl Grant is still here. She loves this show. She's new here, and we love her. And we're new here too. We're all new, Cheryl. Thank you. Do you know Cheryl?
Thank you. I don't know. Yeah. I don't think I know Cheryl. I don't know. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't.
Oh, there you are, Cheryl. We're showing you love on the screen because you keeps it real with us, and we love you.
Right. All right.
You're awesome. And of course, man, this is a Canon Hotep approved show. So if you got a problem, take it up with Canon. Okay.
We're not here for it.
We're busy doing awesome content.
Yes, Cannons.
Want to thank LS. Want to thank Amy Hall. Want y'all to check out Funky Kingston by Toots and the Mytals if you're looking for a fun song. CB Nubs, thank you. CD, I'm sorry, Nubs, thank you. And of course, LS, Glenn Price, the whole team, everybody showing us love. Thank you guys so much. Man, I hate to go, but I think we've done well. You know what I mean? This is a very long show and it went so fast because you're so fun to talk to and you have so much good info. And sir, from me to you, thank you. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it.
Man, no problem. Thank you, bro, man. Without you, man, we wouldn't be here, bro.
Without you, I wouldn't be here. So, all right, we will talk to you guys again next week. Thank you and good night. Bye-bye.